fast as hell.
All right,
Because
we
he
are
needs that
recording.
perfect 100. He's got competition now.
Okay, so your characters had what names and what was the role?
26.
Brett Ward has a 91. Nora Badir has a 22. Vera Reeve has an 89.
Oh, damn. I was 2.
Who is this?
The old lady.
Okay, that's fair, I guess.
What is this?
I don't know how to read this. I think that's a 46.
It's a meta stat. It only
So
exists
we have-
outside of
No
the
one's
actual game
particularly
itself.
hot and nice.
Oh,
So who is 6'2" and when did I go first? Do you remember?
40 something.
So Aya is 45.
2 for Emma.
Emma was 2, and then
Amon is a 46.
Alright, you want to go next or should I?
You go. You go next.
Alright.
Trying to switch these chairs around is not the easiest thing.
Where the fuck is that? That's kind of.
2.
I think that's a 76 for Rebecca.
Rebecca has 76. Damn.
Damn.
Cass next. 89.
Wow, my characters are ugly.
Here's their low.
Now the most important role in the campaign. 77 for Old Man Henderson's.
Okay.
I rolled so bad.
Alright, your rolls.
I got a
Sorry,
2.
what was my 89, 77, and anyone remember?
81?
I think the other one was like 70 something.
They were all in the same bracket.
Yeah. I'll say 76. Let me
Yeah, I think it was 76.
go back on that.
That's good. More than I haven't really decided between. I think I'm gonna eat one of them now.
92, Master Legolas.
I'm just gonna start from like the top of my stack. Reich has a fucking 92.
What?
Who's right?
Lanky.
The butler.
Oh, the butler.
The butler.
Damn.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
got
okay, I can see that.
He's British.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm keeping Reich. I like him.
41.
Yep. Otherwise, who is also a couple of kids. 41. Meryl is. I think that's a fucking 98.
I far and away rolled the worst.
Oh my god, the
Yeah, too.
X-Pirate is a fucking 98.
Even all of you guys have like
98
80s and
is
90s, and the highest I got was
We'll find out.
46.
I have 91, 22, 89. I don't know what this means.
We'll get to that.
Okay.
That's everyone rolled, right? So I can't find the document where I wrote down all the characters somehow.
It
It should be on Discord.
linked- Yeah,
It's
on
on
Discord.
the pretty sure it's on the
Oh,
Discord.
that's true. But like, how the fuck can I not find it in my Google Docs? I'm so
I don't know.
confused.
You log in the wrong account.
I checked. This should be the right account.
Weird.
Make sure to record those numbers.
Yep.
Oh, I looked in general, didn't I?
I like Reich. He's fun.
Oh, whatever. It's called the village listing.
I have 6 unread DMs from one of my players.
Cool.
The game goes live fucking Tuesday.
Oh shoot.
I'm not checking until after this. He can wait.
What did Eloise have? The second one that I rolled? Because I only wrote down one of the numbers.
Tanya was
That was the
40
lower one.
something?
Yeah, it was 40.
Yeah, 40 something.
Yeah. I have the 4. I
Oh,
don't
I
have
see.
the other half of the number.
Go with your heart.
Sure. 44. Sure.
That was far off. I don't think that was far off.
Yeah, it was like somewhere between.
No more than 5 off.
Yeah. Yes. Nice. The fucking X-Pirate is the highest of them. Damn.
Hey.
I mean,
Hey, at
Pirate.
least that none of us were playing that stinky old lady.
true.
My old lady's actually really. Oh, I can't. It'll spoil what it is.
Yeah, we need to reveal this later.
That's ominous, but okay.
That's how many combat rounds your character has before they get killed.
You know, considering the fact that I pulled it from a different campaign entirely. But it was so stupid and so fucking hilarious.
We're gonna ask you to roll that every time we get in word NPC. You know that.
Uh-huh.
Only if it's an important one.
Oh yeah,
Only
of
if
course.
it's
We don't give a
important.
fuck about random NPCs. Or spirits, but you know.
Roll it for the hot ice.
Obviously the hot ice gets it.
Actually, yeah, might as well.
Are you talking about the
hot ice.
the god?
Yes.
The god of hot ice. Give us a roll.
I'm rolling for this?
Yeah.
Yep.
You're in charge of the god of hot ice.
These gods don't necessarily. 75.
Not bad.
That's pretty good.
Decidedly upper 3/4.
Yep.
That feels accurate.
Yeah.
So for the, what would I jot down for the bargain thing for the seeing through ice and snow ability?
Is it a passive?
Pretty sure.
Yeah, blessing we decided.
Yeah.
Okay. See through ice and snow. Will you just write those words down? I don't see why we need to do anything else.
Okay, I just didn't know if I needed to attach any like keywords or numbers. or
Keywords
anything.
don't exist. No.
Yeah, they do. Clouded means a thing.
Okay, those exist, but they're on your character sheet. You know what they mean. They're not like something you have to remember.
Just throwing that out there. Rebecca will never forget
anything
anything.
in the progress.
Well,
We just got a 4 in recall. Rebecca will remember
No,
fucking
well-
everything.
Wow.
Oh, it's a minor one. 1 second. Actually, I have to open up another document.
All my characters have like mid skills.
Well, that's because I have an injury
So do you want?
for power gaming.
You know, I think for one minor blessing, that doesn't equal a full injury. Sorry, a full condition at 24/7. If you get a second minor blessing, we'll give you a permanent condition. But besides that, for now, you're fine.
Okay.
You get hot too easy.
Okay, so what am I looking for? What was I trying to open up?
The temperature regulation of the people I live with is crazy. Where I'll be like in a t-shirt and like loose pants, and they're like bundled like they're in a snowstorm.
Oh, for you. Oh, yes, that's what's going on.
What's going on?
That's it.
The world is ending.
That it does that.
Oh,
I'm just looking
did
at the
you see
documents.
Nerdy Grid's that came out today or yesterday?
I haven't watched it, but I saw it.
It's
It's
good. It's
good.
good.
Okay.
It's good.
I'll watch it.
I watched the digital ticket, and this is a lot better version.
Cool.
Because we cut to the
Yeah.
characters.
Okay. The max you need 6 experience.
6
A
experience.
it's a tier 1 ability. Yeah, 0 to 6. And
Oh,
tier
okay,
1.
that's what those bars are for.
Yeah, it works
Progress
just like
needed, that's
rolls
major,
effectively.
So that
Got it.
Oh, your spirit is also tier 1.
10, and that means an 8. She's only a minor tier mother.
There's a place to fill in for that.
Uh,
But you already filled it in.
Oh, that's what the slashes are. I see.
yeah.
Oh,
That's a percentage. Yeah, it's your
The
progress.
That
0
makes
to
so
6.
much sense.
And then the tier 1 is that for the ability? Or
Yeah, for the ability itself. Abilities have tiers, and spirits
be
themselves
better.
also have tiers.
Got it.
Both are tier 1 at the moment.
Got it.
Every time you complete ability, you fill in another bubble on the tier tracker. You see, you have to complete 2 bargains per tier, effectively.
Got it. So getting to the 6 XP in this ability would fill in a bubble?
Yeah.
Got it.
And spirits can only award abilities of their tier or lower.
Makes sense.
So yeah, you got the were those like electronic toys that have like a digital pet in them? Like those little.
Tamagotchi.
Yeah, it's like one of the you got a Tamagotchi spirit. It progresses with you. You don't like have a employer relationship. Okay. But now that all that shenaniganery, sure.
Shenanigan.
Oh,
we gotta have the weather happen.
that is one of the first things that happens in a session. Yeah.
Who wants to roll for the weather? I only have 3d10.
It's gonna be the first roll of the game. Sure, why not?
We can each roll one.
Hey, there's my dice bag right there.
How
It's
many
fine. I
d10s
have
do you
extra.
need?
No, it's fine. I have others, but we can each roll one.
Is it 4d10?
Yes. Yeah, I think this one's my shittiest. That's what we're going for. So we need to roll
1.
Well,
5.
So a 1, a
So we
5,
succeed one time.
Yep,
a 1, a 5, a 6, and
that's
an
partial
8.
success.
okay.
So, okay,
I like those dice.
and on the list of
Or wait, we had our morale, which is
2,
0.
They're so
Oh,
cute.
you have
Or
0.
wait, no, we have 2. We should have 2. Yes.
You have a total of 4 positives and 2 negatives. So that is 2.
Okay.
Um,
So in fact, my 5 is also a success then. So
what,
we
no,
have,
you're not. That's not how that works.
Oh, because it's.
It gets
Oh.
no, flat values get added
Oh,
after
okay,
the number
okay.
of successes. They get added to the total
Okay.
number of successes.
Okay. So then
they
we have we have 3 successes. So we gain a bounty.
You have 1 success. Oh yeah, you do have a total. Yeah, 1. Yes. Bounty.
Let's.
Or I changed the words in I. I changed it to win. Oh no, wait. Yeah, no, actually no. I'm right. That's all adds up. Okay.
Okay, so what do we want? We can remove all ruin, all heal HP, or make progress.
So it doesn't really matter in this.
Yeah, right now it doesn't affect
okay,
us.
generally at the beginning of a session, all your characters will gain the benefit of a bounty of your choosing. Like each individual character gets one of these benefits, and also everyone gains the benefit of whatever things rolled for the weather.
Okay.
And I actually can influence that to some degree. It's like maybe I should roll the weather. I don't know.
Yeah, we don't have any projects yet. Nobody has any missing HP, and no ruin has turned up yet. So
I don't know. I think what's your face should get a ruin for that too.
No, not Emma. It's not her fault.
Candy dice.
Yeah.
Respect.
They're so sick.
We may want to be a little bit careful with where we have the chip bags, especially considering the That's the mic. Don't fucking do that. I have to listen to that shit.
Okay, so
This is jaunty.
I have so many.
It's fun when shit hits the fan. We know these users are trying to test it.
Yeah.
oh, this is lyrics. I don't.
Oh, come on. Sing song.
Well, I'm gonna need to ruffle through the playlist.
I'll just turn it down.
Are these public playlists?
This is like the one I need festival music. I don't actually have a playlist.
No,
for
no.
that.
Are your playlists public playlists?
Should I roll ruin with Link?
This isn't my
Tahoe
playlist.
What? No. I'm referring to the rest of your playlist. 'Cause I
Some of them are.
might want to steal them.
Oh yeah,
Because I'm lazy.
no, I'll throw them at you after the session's over.
Yeah, thank you. I just need them before Tuesday.
Yeah. Fuck.
Let's see if I can find some Renaissance festival music. Because I feel what I'm looking for.
Let's go climb a mountain. I mean, that's kind of what a quarter of our a third
Oh,
of our
that's
characters
true.
are about.
Actually, that we are going to go climb a mountain.
And then the rest of them presumably will also climb the mountain. Just the easy way.
Yep.
Because, you know. These take up so much space.
I
You
know.
only need to use one at a time.
Yeah, but I need to be aware of all of them. Otherwise, I'll just play Rebecca. I never throw Old Man Henderson at someone.
Lynn Henderson needs to be around.
Oh, did you read up on Old Man Henderson?
Does he have a backstory of doom?
No, not this one.
Oh, no. I didn't
He's
get around to that.
fucking hilarious.
It's a reference.
Of course, it's a reference. I actually have my characters to go look at the references, but
It is a fresh fall day, and already the bakers have been at their work for hours. The smell of pastry and stew and meat and all sorts of celebratory dishes drifts through the town. There's but a brisk breeze that washes this down the countryside so that those who are doing a few early morning chores don't have to deal with them later in the day, as they're sure to be incapable of minding to finer matters by then. All get a whiff of the celebratory preparations. The spirits are high, so high even that some runners are being sent out to go poke the curmudgeons who live on the edge of town, who may or may not join the festival. So,
how many of us are curmudgeons? Because it's a large number.
no, I'm asking, who is bringing a pie to that Shepherdson fellow? Or it can be a group of kids. I think that'd be a good start. Or is it a gaggle of housewives? Like,
We have each, and one of each age.
It does-
Which one do we want to
not everyone needs a character here, but you can. It's like, why not? You know what?
Here, too. Like the...
What's up? Oh, I was changing the music. That's why I stopped.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I can. You can play the music when we actually get to the festival.
Cool. Anywho.
Who's taking the pie?
Shit, fuck it, I can use Reg for this.
Butler.
Yep, the butler. Send the butler off to go off and bring people shit.
Makes sense. Okay, anyone going with him? A kid? So Reich is the butler for the rich guy in town, the trader.
I can't imagine I would go along.
I would not either.
Because-
none of my.
Yeah.
Okay, so and the rich guy's name was. Okay. Oh, Antonio Clark, yeah.
Antonio is the trader?
Yes. Antonio Clark is currently at the Benson's Bakery. Bakery and butchery, I would imagine.
That's an interesting combination.
Not really. I mean, that's kind of
Somebody's got to make meat pies.
exactly. I mean, in a small town, there's probably
They have the big ovens.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but you don't usually use the big ovens for butchering.
No, you have separate areas for both of those things, of course.
Yeah. Which
Yeah,
is
you
why
don't
it's
butcher them in the oven like a madman. Speed butchering. If you don't,
Bleeding is.
So, okay, to drift away from semantics, please stay on focus.
we are literally a minute into this game. We're already talking about.
I feel like this isn't realistic.
Excuse me.
Anyways, Antonio Clark is there. He because he financed a lot of these materials to be bought from the low ends to be cooked. So he's kind of just sitting around watching everyone bustle about as extra mothers and community members were called into the bakery to bake a feast. Among the people there was the butler, of course, and it was Antonio's idea, remembering the feller who keeps on supplying some of the best lamb amongst all of the shepherds around the place, that that they should make sure that Kalen comes along. So he sends off his butler along with. Are there any kids who want to trail along?
I think Vera might. Vera might follow along. Seems like an interesting thing to do.
Okay. Deliver pie. It gets quickly lifted out of the pie tin because that's needed for the next batch, and onto a folded cloth. And off you go, striding with long, efficient, dignified strides across town, while Vera scurries afterwards.
Probably like
That's your
consistently
adult
pestering
character?
with like, so what's being a butler like? Do you have hors d'oeuvres on you all the time? That's always comes up in books. And just
What the fuck is an order?
It's like a tiny little food, right?
Just summons an order. Like,
woohoo!
Like, you know, in any fancy thing where the guy's holding the plate and then they just grab like the thing with the cup? Yeah, that's an
There's
order.
things that are on like skewers or toothpicks that are like little bits of food.
Yeah.
little tiny plate with order.
Do you have a thing you're trying to do if your boss goes like,
Sometimes.
Both
And
after an eternity
questions
and
continue.
possibly a minute and like about 5 minutes walk. A fast walk, that is. That seemed to get faster over time in hopes that maybe the kid would become winded and stop their pestering. It never occurred. The kid just breathed harder, and though their questions were intermittently paused by gasps, the tirade never ceased.
So it is essentially an 18-year-old entertaining a younger teen.
Oh, the butler's 18?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus, he's the most, like, he's super hot.
He's
Is the butler your child character?
No.
No, I have one that's a 14-year-old.
Okay.
Remember, the coming of age is relatively younger?
Well, yeah, I know. I was just wondering if.
Yeah.
Okay. He's your adult.
So with a dignified, you knock on the front door of the Shepperson's cabin. Though, as of late, for the past 7 years or so, it's only been Kalen living in the abode. Though he's been keeping it up, rather nice. He has to, considering he doesn't come into town much. You wait for a minute. Well, okay, maybe about 2 seconds before another question pops up. But after a few minutes go by, there's no reply, so again. And again, no response.
probably gonna like look around and see if there's any like footprints, and there's probably at least some snow on the ground. See if like maybe he's out on a walk or doing some morning task or something.
Let's roll Detect Threat 1.
Detect threat.
So that's 40-10,
40-10.
40-10 always.
and then one.
One
And I'm
D6.
rolling detect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
She's trying to get. And then
Vera
also
has 2 dots in detect.
1d6.
And 1d6.
Yeah.
That's the threat,
Threat,
one?
yeah.
Okay.
Don't roll a 1 or 2. That's a 2.
Okay.
And detect is you have a 2 in
2
detect?
dots.
Okay,
in
so you
detect. I
get
have-
1 success and.
So that's a partial.
I have-
1 success is a partial success. 2 successes is a full success. 3 and 4 are 2 different degrees of crit.
And then rolling a 2 on the threat die as well as one of the d10s. Does that?
No, you only red dice are the only thing that can give consequences.
Oh.
Yeah, so you get a partial success and 1.
Consequence.
Yeah.
I'm Okay. As you walk around the side of the Kalen household, well, your character, what's his name again? The butler?
Right.
Reich?
Yeah.
Well, Reich stays there and like calls out to see if Kalen's just slept in, as one who lives alone might be prone to do.
Are you keeping notes?
Gonna certainly try.
You come around
God
the
bless.
edge of the house towards an open air workshop of sorts. It's just a overhang roof and 2 pillars holding it up that's connected to the house. There's shelves and shelves of bridles and tool and shears and other tools used for tending to sheep and goats and the like. As you go around the corner, your hand gets cut slightly by a splinter in the wood, leaving a trail of blood on the wood. Though it's not a big enough injury to actually matter. You're a tough kid. No kid around here isn't. You see that the herd just behind the house, or at least the herd of sheep which get pulled in at night, whereas the goats just get left out, are still in their pens.
Probably like looks down at like the goats, sits there for a moment.
The goats?
Bang at the goats, yeah.
Okay.
That's a good
They bat back, and some of them start approaching you.
Hello.
The kid's been gone for a while. They just disappeared.
Go figure.
Aren't you
Make me a
supposed to be out and about?
slay check.
Aren't you supposed to be out and about at this time of day? Talking to the goats.
Why? Yes.
Thank you for asking.
One more knock and be like, "Hello, are you here?" Or just like pushing into the door open.
What?
Greg's gonna poke his head in.
After poking your head in, a sound greets your ears that you didn't hear before. You hear something whining in the second room. The door opens into a joined kitchen dining room. There's 2 other rooms in the house. This whining seems to be coming from a neighboring room.
Okay. But I'm assuming the door is closed?
Yeah, the door is closed, but unlocked. There's people that walk their houses around here.
No, of course not. Knock on the door. If there's no response, open the door and like, is it like the whining like low down or?
It's in the next room over, and it's a dog. It sounds like a dog whimpering. Upon the door opening, the whining increases in volume, and you hear some scrabbling of paws against wooden floor.
Greet the dog.
You would hear the door open from where you are, so.
Comes around the side again. And is he there?
I haven't found him yet.
Huh?
Just holding the pie like this for whatever reason.
You're a butler. You got to
It's
maintain
instinctive.
composure, and also you need your hand.
Just be like standing at perfect attention. pretty
Yep.
much.
Upon entering the building, you would also hear the dog.
You didn't tell us it was a dog before. That's free information.
It sounds like a dog.
A dog.
If it looks like a dog and acts like a dog.
It's a dog.
Then it's a mimic. Till proven otherwise.
Well, even if it's a mimic, it's still a dog mimic, which means friendly.
Upon entering the building, well, the butler is occupied looking around at eye level, saying, you would see a series of white balls of fluff that have a few long, spindly appendages and a singular black eye that seems to stare at you burst into clouds of dust upon entering, and the butler's shoe disturbing the floor. These are some spirits of stillness that were dispersed by your entrance to space. You see, both of you would see, worm its way around the edge of the door, a red, wriggling, worm-like thing that fizzles and pops like a firework. These are the only spirits that are abnormal in the situation. Of course, the spirits of light that dance inside the glass are unusual, or the spirits of growth, fewer in number than previously, that mull around the fields outside.
What's the red one? Would we know it?
Fear.
Okay.
Ooh,
That.
that's spooky.
Right, push the door open that into the room that has the dog, and like check on the dog. Dog seems upset.
It's a sheepdog. About maybe a year and a half old, relatively new to this whole herding business, but it's picked up at the job well enough, you'd assume. It's the only one that Kaylin Shepardson owns. It still has like the softness to its fur that still semi-puppyish dogs have.
Should not.
It is currently shoved itself into the far back of the pantry, where there's another door entering into the house, and is like on its side in the corner of the pantry, next to dry grains, and it's kind of scrabbling with its paws to try to push itself further in the corners. Its eyes look to the entrance in the next room over.
Very slowly approach the dog and just reach hand out.
Okay, roll me sway, threat 2. Threat 2, gotta roll the dice as well for that.
Oof. Not great. That's
What's
a
your sway?
currently set to 2.
You got it's a partial success with 2 failures.
Yeah, I have 1, 2, and then threat 1 and 2.
You got 2 failures.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Is that what they're called?
the dog snaps at you, and immediately seems guilty afterwards. Though, in snapping at you, you do gain 2 ruin. Roll for that.
So you gain 2 ruin and then you roll that many.
Yeah.
And you take 1 damage.
6 and a 1.
Okay, so it does draw blood. But the dog immediately seems guilty at that. And, like, its tail is, like, clearly behind its legs. It was panicked. It does calm down. To some degree, but it's not willing to move from the corner.
That's okay.
It stops whining. Well, it does. Its whining quiets down somewhat. And it no longer seems on the edge of panic.
Oh, did you get a ruin?
Do I write down a ruin first?
No ruin was
No,
in there.
okay.
I applied a narrative consequence.
Okay, no, that's fine. I was just
For later.
spacing. That's worse. Just take the ruin and be done with it. You got backup
Just gonna-
characters.
Pet the dog and just.
Oh, actually?
Yeah.
Roll me an endure check. To see. No, it's supposed to threat. It's just a flat endure check. Check for dropping the pie.
Ah,
Oh dear.
pie has been dropped because none of those were a success.
Okay.
Maybe I should have a die. I should have at least a die. I'm just gonna grab some time.
How about GM decision making every now and then?
Fair enough.
The pie got a 9.
Pie failed its save.
Apparently.
Yeah, about 3/4 of the pie are no longer edible. They kind of like it like landed sideways, and most of the pie spilt off the
What
cloth.
kind of pie was it?
Pumpkin.
Ick.
Is pumpkin okay for dogs?
Pumpkin pie's fine. It's just usually
Yeah.
most of it's too sweet.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
I can let the dog have it.
It's a mountain town. It's well spiced.
I so rarely find it, but I want it.
1/4 of the pie is
Come on,
salvageable,
Pumpkin pie season.
but that's not really the top of your concerns.
No. Dog is freaked out. Something else bad is going on, and it can have the pie. Once dog has calmed down at least a bit more.
It's calmed down as much as it's going to. Its eyes, it's not moving from where it is for now, but it seems like it's able to calm down enough to bring its eyes away from the doorway to the next room over and lap up some of the pumpkin pie.
I'm so adopting this dog if he's dead. Mine now. Anyway.
Vera is probably a little nervous, so I think she's gonna like look around to see if there's like a broomstick or anything like that she
There's
can,
one.
like,
You got it.
Okay. Gonna just pick that up and just like be nervously holding it
That's so mean.
just in case.
Yep. Mood.
Because this feels spooky.
Yes. Alright, time for next door. Just knock gently and no response.
Upon knocking on it, you realize this door never like had a latch to close. So it's upon like knocking it starts to swing inwards, and a cool breeze blows from within the room, cooler than the fall air outside.
Not supposed to do that.
Yeah. As far as you know, Kaelin Shepherdson does not own an icebox.
Kind of like,
And if he did, it would be underground.
kind of like
Because that's the logical place to
use
put
like the
them.
broomstick to nudge the door open.
The sheep come inside hearing there.
You enter a room that is divided by a singular hanging cloth halfway through. In one part of the room, the part you just entered, is a few beds. They are empty. This was a family home once, after all. The curtain in the other half of the room, separating the room, and it's like attached to the rafter. There is a smaller beaded divider to one end, which drifts in the disturbed air with the open door. This room has a quiet to it.
Hello? Old man Caleb?
I mean, Kaelin was like in his 40s, but yeah.
Old man Caleb.
Ancient man.
Child discovers older person. Wow, you're ancient.
I mean, that's exactly what it would be. Though.
Yeah.
No response, but some hexagonal impressions in the air, spirits of silence, disperse at your noise.
Old man? Alright. What is going on? The room.
Do you push aside the room with the beads?
Yes.
So, well, the side of the room you just left had one large bed, like for a married couple. This room you enter has 3 smaller beds, as if for children. Oversized, and laying in one of them, is Kaelin Shepherdson. He's about as happy as you've ever seen him. He has a smile of such profound contentment on his face that, well, it almost doesn't look like himself. Well, You might remember him from when he was... No, you wouldn't. You're young yourself. He is still as the room around him. As you approach the bed, you notice that there's a thin layer of frost covering the sheets.
The hot ice gun.
I mean, yes.
Dancing around, walking across his body in the bed, like little stick bugs made of crystalline ice, ever so slowly creeping, are frost spirits.
Just gonna walk over. There probably isn't one, but just check for a pulse.
His skin is stone cold, and under the blankets that you started to touch his neck, you see that there is a creeping blackness rising up his skin. He's laying on his back, and his hands are together on his chest.
Are they like holding something, or
Well, they're under the blankets, you don't know.
going to remove the blankets? Take a better look at what's going on. Partway
In his hands is a small brass hairpin with a butterfly on it.
Considering that this guy's an old dude, that's not something he'd normally be holding, would it?
He doesn't seem like the sort to favor a butterfly aesthetic in his fashion choices.
Not for what I
You
was
keep saying old,
described.
but like this dude is 40.
And
Is there anything else you'd like to? I mean, you want to look first impressions. Like, let's. Yeah, the emotion. The scene's been set from here on. It's you bustling through a dead guy's place, just looking for what you can find.
Vera has like probably carefully set down the broomstick just in one of the corners and is basically just like staring at this guy's body in kind of frozen shock of like, what do we do?
who would be the one to take this sort of information to in a town like this? The mayor or
Priest.
Probably. Yeah, probably would be with the priest.
Virgil Moss. Well, at least one of the two of you were going up to the top of the mountain anyway.
that is true. Yeah, I mean, considering this, probably both of us at that point. Hold up, how the fuck would Reich talk? Well, for one thing, we need to bring it up with the town that, what's the dude's name?
Virgil Moss.
No, not Virgil. Virgil's up at the top of the mountain.
Caleb Shepherdson.
Shepherdson.
Is dead now.
We'll have to bring it up with the town that Shepherdson's deceased. That's going to put a damper on. That's not good. Bragg's going to flip the sheet over him completely.
I guess we should go and try and find. there be like a title or honorific that people would say to like refer to a priest? It would be like Father Virgil or Father Moss or something, or
Don't forget the
Elder.
weird priests.
Um. What about uncle and aunt? Let's mix it up a bit.
Should we go look for Uncle Virgil?
We will, yeah.
Okay.
Come on. And I'm going to
Good
urge
place
the
to need
sheep.
to end the scene.
Yes. I'm also bringing the sheepdog with me.
Yeah, I'll let that just happen.
Yes. Right, because a sheepdog.
Okay.
What's the sheepdog's name?
Well, you have to find that out. It did have a name, but
Does it have a collar? I feel
no.
like that's...
Just start saying names. Start at the top with the alphabet.
Is there
work
like
your way
a
down.
food bowl for the dog around maybe?
Yeah. It's a wooden bowl.
It ain't labeled.
Does it have a
No.
It's actually
Gonna
embroidered.
try and like scoop the dropped pie into the food bowl so the dog knows, yes, is for you.
Okay.
Tampering with the crime scene.
Considering the fact that I'm the one that brought the pie in there in the first place, and I dropped it when the dog bit my hand.
Okay.
That means your blood's there at the crime scene.
So, scene change. It is the center of town, and multiple long tables are being set up in a large triangle around a central fire pit that is slowly being built. The men of the town are logging in huge pieces of lumber to build a great pyre in the center of town.
A pyre in the center of
I'm gonna
town.
throw chips at you.
Whoa. Does that make the pyre go up?
Roll credit.
Call that a town with a pyre.
Damn.
Okay, maybe I should have just said fire pit.
Oh fuck, I keep forgetting what the dude's name is. Henderson?
Caleb?
Shepherdson.
Shepherdson.
He was a shepherd.
That's a funny name.
So, and people are bringing chairs out from their houses to sit around these long tables. The tables themselves came out of your employer's Antonio Clark's estate, but the chairs themselves are coming from each and every villager's household. So it's a mismatched lot. Next to the fire, in the center of the large gathering, there's a few smaller tables. On one side of the fire is one table piled with instruments, drums,
Gypsy.
and other such instruments. On the other side of the table, wrapped in waxed cloth, is the carcass of a boar. So, do we want to skip to early festivities where, like, the kids are given some fair games to distract them? Do we want to move to a scene where we have, like, the mother/elderly gossiping? Or do we want to move to the scene where the news is first revealed to a group of people?
My kid is gonna be not with the other kids till the last possible moment, so that's my only contribution is that she doesn't want the jig to be up.
Like
anymore.
what the gossip is before a big
Yeah.
thing
I'm ready
gets
to be
tossed
in
Because
into
I
that.
feel like Kate is probably
um,
doing something fucking stupid right now.
Just in the background, you see her.
Yeah, she's around.
The sheepdog's name is Gypsy.
It has a name.
You didn't say what it was.
Yeah, because you have to find it out by talking to people who actually knew Shepherdson better.
That's our first plot. That's our
Well,
first
it's
quest.
gypsy for now until I have something better.
Okay.
You call it gypsy and it just goes.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not a cat. You can't just change its name. You can call a cat whatever the fuck you want.
And it will never call you back.
It will never respond to anything. So
Okay,
Yeah,
turn on the
watch
fair
out.
music.
I'm remembering like somebody playing Baldur's Gate talking at surrounding places with stupid animals, and they found a cat named His Majesty.
oh, I love His Majesty. Great cat.
Okay. So, which scene are we starting with? Those three?
Want to be
I
gossiping?
think the gossip.
Okay.
is the
Let's be gossiping.
Okay, everyone
kids.
select characters. Which characters are?
Of course, Emma, my chatterbox, old woman.
I think Brett would probably be around for the gossip stuff. He's an older guy, and between the character making session and now, I changed out like his walking stick inventory item to a war story.
Maybe.
So he seems like one of the people who'd be like regularly chatting with people about stuff.
Okay.
Hendersonson.
Okay.
And
His
Meryl.
first appearance.
I have a voice for it, but I can't do it.
How about everyone?
I was trying to think of character voices, and I
I probably won't do
how do
it.
I sound like an old woman?
Let's everyone actually properly introduce their characters this time. We didn't do it for the first scene, but I feel like for the first time each of these characters appear, we should actually like properly introduce them. So let's go. You're first.
Okay, can I spoil the impact of that 100 roll?
Go ahead.
Emma rolled a 2. She's real ugly.
Oh, I see.
And I think it's like almost that you can tell she was like a pretty kid who like was vaguely pretty as a child and never did anything with that and just got more like grizzled over time. She's got real short hair, she's got a walking stick, a blanket perpetually over her shoulders, like she's always a little bit freezing. And she's probably telling a story that melds into another story where she's like, and then the cat was so annoying, and when you're like, when did that, I thought we were talking about chickens, like what?
Brett. Well, if I'm interpreting that correctly, I'm assuming that the numbers we rolled are the characters' like attractiveness.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hotness score.
I almost suggested that Emma's not actually ugly, her personality just really kills it with a 2.
With a 2. With a 2, it's both.
Well,
It is both.
With a 2,
With a-
there's trees out there that are sexier.
with a 91, apparently, Brett Ward is probably very much a silver fox. He is like, he's probably like older ex-soldier, so he's probably like kept a degree of like physical healthiness to him in his older age. He probably like has like he's not so tacky as to constantly wear like an old uniform around, even though he hasn't like been in the service for years and years or something. But like his clothes are like always well pressed, and he's wearing things precisely right. He has like a well-groomed silvery beard. Has like just a random facial scar that's like just exactly right to be aesthetically pleasing rather than like unsettling to look at. That scar, he has probably told at least 24 different varieties of how he got that scar, because he is far too embarrassed to admit that he got that scar by badly attempting to shave.
You want to know how I got these scars? Not shaving, that's for sure.
Okay.
Old man Hendersonson. He's probably wearing prospector's gear at the current moment. He's fucking insane. And that's probably all we need to know about him.
Oh, come on, give him a bit more description than that. Also, what was the hotness score for him?
He's 77 years old and he's 77 hot.
Was that coincidental, or did you adjust the age to the number?
I just it kind of matches up. Let's see, what do we want? He's definitely starting to lose his hair. He's got a nice bushy beard though. Nice. Lots of full growth there. His hair's just kind of migrating. He really can't see or hear. One of those people. You kind of got to yell when you're 1 foot away from him. He can't really tell who you are more than 2 feet away. It's genuinely a nuisance to be around. Just be thankful there's not telephones.
I'm just picturing just the cat. The cat was so annoying. What about the doormat?
Yeah, that's literally just.
And so the last one of the group is, for some reason, also the hottest. But Mero Tanos is an ex-pirate and still keeps up that kind of appearance. He's like decently old, actually literally my parents' age. What the fuck? And like he's missing one of his legs below the knee, and it has a prosthetic thingamabob so he can walk around properly. And the stories he has for that are ridiculous and a half. All that happened was it just got caught in one of the ropes, and he got sent one direction and like went the other. Does he want to admit that? No, because we're like someone on a ship. That's embarrassing as fuck.
Okay. So
And,
I love a ridiculous cast that's bonded together by age. That feels very real. Like we would
all
never be
hate
friends
each
like
other,
younger,
but we're all old as fuck. We gotta hang out.
So interesting thing. I was thinking about like, what kind of like war or combat would Brett have seen from his like old retired soldier days? And I remembered like pirates were a thing that were mentioned. So I was thinking like he was probably like a guard on like a merchant vessel for a while or something.
So like the former soldier and the ex-pirate like consistently swap stories, real and not. And then these two are just like, what the fuck's going on? Who knows?
okay. So as you're talking, Wilhelmina Gottschalk carrying a lead with 2 goats on it.
Who the fuck is she? Oh wait, no, I can just pull this up. Never mind. Carry on. I need a list of all these stupid NPCs.
Swaggers up to your group.
Damn.
The
gall of kids these days.
She's older than all of you.
She's old. Old lady.
Kids these days.
She wags her finger at... What's your character?
Emma.
She wags her finger at Emma. Don't talk about Sophia's cat like that. It's all she's got. Imagine being a woman these days, alone, all alone at that age. Oh.
Imagine being a woman alone at that age.
Oh, I'm fine. Just, and she says that as she tries to put an arm around the pirate and the soldier.
Oh, come now, Gottschalk.
Call me Willie. Wilhelmina, if you insist. I'm being formal.
Who got out there, Willie?
Kidding face.
Miss Gottschalk, please. Do have some manners.
One of her goats has like started nibbling on the back of Henderson's prospecting jacket, like because she let him off the lead.
Yeah. He probably has a cane. I don't know.
Don't kill them early, Henderson. They're gonna be dinner later.
Henderson was my pappy.
She squints. You don't look much different.
No, they don't.
He's not looking at her. He's looking sort of close to her. A little bit up.
Looking at one of the goats.
No, he's trying to look at her. He's not really capable of seeing. I mean, his most important thing is crippled, crazy grandpa.
Okay. Did all of you guys hear? Well, speaking of Sophia and her cat, I heard she's planning to skedaddle.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. An upstanding woman like her wanting to go down to the valley? Scandalous.
Do you know why?
Well, if I were to guess, it's probably old brats like you complain about her all now. Nah. She throws like a hand in like a glass and hits her back.
I think Emma's more interested in the information, so she's like taking it.
Well, apparently, she's gotten a hold of some literature from down the village, down the river. And she's hearing stories of, all sorts of stuff, young. Apparently, I've heard varying sources. One source, I won't say who said it, but someone said that she displeased her spirit and is looking for a different type of contract, lowlander contract. Yeah. I mean, you see how she is in funeral, right? She has none of the passion of the past undertaker. I mean, she does her job well. I'm not going to say otherwise. But you shouldn't go rat on her cat like that. That thing's perfect princess. I would know. Just like you were here, she says as she pets a goat. Like, grabs by the scruff of the neck and yanks it away from Henderson's coat.
He was beating it with flowers.
You're gonna make good stew, aren't you, Euler? Yeah, you are.
Fuck, I was gonna
Where'd you hear
talk
this?
about you, but
Wow,
I won't.
Milo's asking. Where'd you hear this from? How real do you think it is?
I have no clue. I mean, I'm not gonna say who I heard it from. That would be just scandalous, wouldn't it?
That's fair.
It's bad to spread stuff around too much.
Yeah.
And as I've said, she's always done her funeral rites job perfectly. It's just I think it could be a false rumor. There's a bunch of people think she's too young for the role, which is really tragic because there's plenty of people 3 times her age who aren't nearly so diligent in their services to the town. She says, well, like, intentionally looking at most of you.
I know a couple people like that.
Yeah, this town's going to shit.
Mero just like raises an eyebrow at her.
Well, ooh, Charles is about to start playing. Gotta get these old bones rattling and dancing. He's always so good for the banjo or the fiddle. I think fiddle. And Charles is yet another old guy. He like serves as the
How much
town
of this
educator for
fucking villages
people?
shits?
A bunch of bullshits in the
Well, you think about any like society with that like you venerate the old people, so they have disproportionate influence of the town. So this like list of characters is not percentage; it's just like the important ones.
I'm assuming there's people like milling around because it's a.
Yeah, no, there's This place is just getting busier and busier as time goes on. The population of this town has like tripled, quadrupled over the past week or two as people have come in for the fall festival.
I'm gonna grab the person closest to me and just be like, Willie's saying that. Fuck. Southern accent. Willie's saying that Sophia might leave, and then I just like push them off.
Now spread it.
Just like the rumor will be across town by then, like within a couple hours.
I give him a
probably
spin.
This is probably one of the main turning wheels of the rumor mill.
Yep.
But you tell these four, and everyone will know within the day.
I grab another and say, Sophia's saying that Willie might leave.
Just also, the rumor mill sometimes gets turned around and goes the other
Turns out
direction.
it's like
I'll grab someone. I'll grab someone.
One person.
Sophia's looking for wheelies.
It's actually not like incorrect considering those rumors.
Gotta keep them on their toes.
Now all of them will hate us.
Okay. Now the news. Let's swap scene to the news showing up. I feel like that should be an actual scene. So I feel like Antonio Clark would be one of the first people who knows. He kind of acts as a town mayor for like financial stuff, and you are his employee.
Yep. And he did send me off to go take Pyre to Shepherdson, so.
Mhm. Antonio himself is half Lowlander in his heritage, and he has a contract with some weird Lowlander spirit that no one's ever quite sure what it does, but he has enough evidence on his body or increased resonance that he's somewhat far along in some kind of contract or another. But it mostly just reveals itself in like the tips of his hair and fingernails being slightly golden.
Bitch got money.
Yes, he does. And he wouldn't be the financial person if he didn't.
Oh, you look like you've seen a ghost.
Well, not exactly a ghost. However, corpse? Yes.
Like, oh, what's
Shepherdson, he's dead.
he like pushes the kid out the way, like away, and pulls you into a corner to talk more quietly. Either of you who might have like mother type like or like just household type characters who'd be helping at the bakery right now, baking stuff, could be in the proximity right now.
I do not.
Nope. Do you not have it?
That's a
Missionary?
missionary. Yeah.
Yeah.
He can be there, but I don't think he'd be helping. He's not very kind.
Maybe he's like intentionally trying to
Yeah.
buy their favor,
That's fair.
like seeing it as that type of thing. Okay, but we've been pulling it in a moment.
Is the trip up the mountain by the kids today?
And he's definitely looking
Or
for.
tomorrow. I think tomorrow.
He's definitely looking for
Okay.
cracks in their like society. So.
Rebecca would probably be absent today, she'd probably be going up the trial path to make sure it's fucking safe.
Okay.
Today, because she's busy.
All right. What are you saying here?
When we went up to go take the Pyre to Shepherdson, we didn't get any response from him. Went to go in and check on him, and found him asleep in the children's beds, dead from frostbite. He looked like incredibly
It's too
happy.
early in the year for. By all, yeah.
He was happier than I'd ever seen him.
I never knew, man. Not really. I bought from him. Yeah, I mean, you bought from him for me. But
I don't buy things. I give people that.
I mean, yes, considering.
tragic. We probably should. We probably should tell Uncle Virgil.
Yes, I plan to bring this up with Uncle Virgil.
Well, he won't be in U.S. dead tomorrow. We can wait till we all trek up there tomorrow. Probably after the festivities. Let's try to keep this on the down low, just not rumored until then, right?
Do you have to get a couple people to bring him to somewhere where he won't?
Oh, no, yeah. I'm so stupid. Sorry. We need to... At least tell Sophia. She can prepare the body for burial.
Who's Sophia?
The funeral lady.
Funeral.
The one who's
events
rumored to be
lady.
leaving.
Ah, funeral lady.
Her mentor died, and so she got like promoted before she was hypothetically ready.
Yeah, she got like a Frost contract. Was kind of being mentored in the ways of both consorting with the spirits of Frost and the spirit of the mountain, and how to deal with her contract and how to do real religious funeral rites around here. And then mentor died, and she does a fine job, but I think because she's a bit of a loner, rumors around about her spread.
Whose fault would that be?
I wonder.
Of course, it's Willie's fault.
Okay. You know, actually, let's have you roll detect.
Okay.
To see if you overheard that situation.
If not, he might be able to spot like.
Whoa!
You might be able to spot like Vera trying to like linger nearby. Probably not great at hiding.
I got 2 successes.
A 0 is a 10. That's not a success.
I got 1 success.
Okay, that's a partial success. So, you overheard whisper, whisper, dead, whisper, whisper, Sophia. Whisper.
The rumors that are about to go around about Sophia. No, I know she's a funeral lady.
Whisper,
so.
whisper, children's bed.
Oh, fun. That's a random bit of things over here.
I don't think I'd approach them. I think I'd wait till the butler comes out.
Okay, we can skip to that. Then.
Yeah.
Yep.
Scene cut. I'm gonna assume child is eavesdropping on any interactions that happen.
Pardon, I happened to overhear a bit of your conversation with Clark.
What of it?
Someone's dead.
Yes.
May I ask who?
Shepherdson.
Being newer to the town, I'm not sure you would
Yeah.
know him. You always lived on the outskirts.
Fascinating.
Excellent.
Rolled a quick skulk for Vera. 0 successes. She is very bad at hiding the fact that she is trying to eavesdrop.
That doesn't. You're a child. I feel like you have passive invisibility. If they cared to be silent, they would notice you. But yeah.
Considering child and habits of eavesdropping and Reich's own age, if you're still around and he spots you, like, he'll know immediately that that's exactly what you're doing. Does he care? No, because you literally saw him. So, like, oof. But you know.
I'm sorry for your town's loss.
Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting thing to deal with. In any case, I need to go and speak with Sophia about it and make arrangements for his funeral.
Well, I mean, just like that. It's kind of like along the lines of what your character
Yeah.
would probably think about her.
Is there like a, you know how like, oh, I don't know, like some kind of like Leviathan throne, like greeting, like blessing kind of? Make it up. I just want to like say that to Reich as he's leaving,
Like
like peace
like
be
a
with you,
legitimate
kind
thing?
of.
May your
Or
waters
what?
be still.
May your waters be still. And then I'm gonna leave.
So is that like a legitimate thing, or is that like a thoughts and prayers sort of thing?
To them, it would be like thoughts and prayers because I'm from the separate religion.
All
Just
right.
like the very briefest fraction of a frown from Reich, and then just smooth as can be expression.
Okay.
Just Vera
Thoughts
kind
and
of
prayers.
pops up next to Right, just like, I don't like him very much.
That's fair. Just ruffles Vera's head.
Hey.
Just kind of like hands on hips, glowers up.
Eyebrow raise.
All right. I don't think we need to we don't need to roleplay the conversation with Sophia, do we?
No, probably not.
I'm assuming I'm not the only missionary. Like I'm with at least like my wife.
Yeah,
The-
you're
I would tell them.
Mhm.
Which
okay. Would your child over here do you want to roll into it or attack that?
I would love to roll into it.
Or we should know. I think it's more interesting if she overheard.
Yeah, I do think so too. Well, also like
So
she's definitely staying with them
Yeah.
For-
So she overheard
as long as possible. So
and is very good at pretending she didn't.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's move on to the fair games. So, music.
I will summon that again. Um,
Okay. So, at this point, there is a circle of people who are dancing around the fire, along with a small group of people who all know how to play the various instruments, making music. There's a foreigner in town who has this grand flute-like device that they seem to be able to play by directing the wind straight through it. They're from a village on another mountain who showed up. They have, she has a youngish child who's just about the age to do the mountain climb ritual, clinging to her skirts at all times.
This is like a 14-year-old clinging to skirts. Damn. Okay.
They're shy. They travel far, and there's a bunch of strange people, a bunch of loud noise, and they more like tired and like they don't want to be involved in the party, so they're like using their mother as an island of stability to get away from
I remember being a
socialization.
teenager and basically having the constant background thoughts of no one look at me or I'll die.
yeah.
So
yeah, that's real.
The person who's dancing with the biggest circle around them, due to safety reasons, would probably what's his name again? Oh, Wilhelmina.
Absolutely.
And you see Antonio tap someone on the shoulder who's doing the music, and the music dies down just a bit. He claps his hand. He speaks, and without seeming to needing to raise his voice much, it seems like everyone can just hear him. All right, everybody, are we ready for the first of the challenges for the youth? This is just a little warm up. If this is your first time at a fall festival, well, we'll explain the rules. Everyone age 18 and younger who does not yet have a contract, gather up. Everyone else, you can do your dancing outside the circle. We're still going to have music on. So,
And this is the rich guy?
yeah.
Okay.
Wait, doesn't he have... He has 2 servants, doesn't he? Oh, yeah. He has multiple servants.
2 other.
We don't have their names yet, but I guess I can... Yeah. Okay. Okay, so Morrow, if you would, and his cook, dressed in tribal clothes of somewhere farther north, involved not too far from your own garb, but having a religion more based around earth and stone. North is warmer than your current altitude location. The cook, Morrow, comes up and is holding over their head a thick wooden stake with a rope tied around it. On the other end of the rope is one of the goats that Wilhelmina had trailing behind her earlier. Morrow turns his head, winks to the crowd, snaps his finger, and steps into the conflagration. And the fire dances around him, leaving him untouched without a hair singed. The stake, on the other hand, immediately starts to blacken. You can notice water dripping from the rope. He goes into the middle of the pyre, and with a mallet he had tucked away under a belt, he hammers it into the center of the pyre. Then he emerges, and Antonio continues. The rules are simple. Firstly, all you good fellows to pin the goat to the ground. That is, head of the goat pressed into the ground for 5 seconds wins the challenge. If you are thrown off the goat by one of your fellow competitors, you don't win. If the goat does not remain on the ground for 5 seconds, you don't win. If the stake burns down and the goat gets free of the circle, no one wins. Ready? Go!
Alright, is the kids?
Uh,
Who's going?
Just like lazy to them. Like an ad.
Vera would absolutely be the sort of person who would just bolt straight for the goat.
So would Cass. Are we gonna do another round of description?
Oh yeah, for new
then
characters we
bunch,
haven't seen before, yeah.
I mean, you two can describe your
Describe
first
how
character,
each of your characters
so-
look as they enter this competition. Like what approach they start with and how they appear.
I think. Oh, yeah, you can go.
Vera does not have a subtle bone in her body. She is pretty much a ball of excitable energy and curiosity and very much impulsivity. So she probably just takes like a running leap into the circle and starts sprinting directly at this goat, trying to just almost football tackle the thing.
God bless.
So she is trying to just go
How big is
fast
the goat?
and try and get there first.
It's an old male billy goat.
How big?
Goat size.
3 of the chairs.
Oh, that's a big
That's a
goat.
big goat. Vera is.
These are mountain goats.
Yeah, Vera is
Oh,
not
she-
exactly a big teenager, so she is probably not suitable
Well,
for
I'd
the
say
task she is
2.5
rushing
chairs.
into.
Actually, that's more realistic for a goat. Well, anyways,
She is.
turns out Wilhelmina chose a feisty one this time. Instead of bolting, due to the noise and the fire, because the villagers around the circle, who have gathered like to form the outer rim of the circle, are like banging pots and pans together to make noise to frighten the goat. It turns to Wilhelmina with panic. We get a character's name as well.
Vera.
Vera. It turns to Vera with panic in its eyes, but its fight or flight response has caused it to decide to fight.
Okay.
Oh no.
It brings its head down and let's bring to the next character's description.
I think Aya is one who like lurks back because she knows she's not strong. She's spent all day like doing the most to help the other missionaries, like going out of her way to say all the things that are like by the book. So she's just got her hair tied back and she's just like waiting for maybe her in.
Okay. Next.
You want to go or should I?
Go ahead.
So Cass is streaking in there. She's got short cropped red hair because her mother would not deal with long hair. It's not clean. It is hatchet every time it gets too long. She's not running for the goat, but she is running towards the goat.
Okay.
Eloise is one who's like usually trying to keep herself like prim and proper because she is trying to be a priestess.
Oh, the prim and proper teens, and then
Yeah.
let's go take that fucking goat down.
At least that's what she usually does. However, this is a game, so like she is going to throw herself in this mess a bit faster than she normally would. However, she's a lanky dumbass, so this isn't going to go well for her. She's probably going to be one of the ones to attempt to tackle the goat sideways.
Okay. So 2 people going for an immediate approach, along with I'll throw in a third NPC also going for an immediate approach. Let's say
I assume not Skirt Boy.
it's one of the let's say it's a miner's actually let's say it's twins, but it's a boy and a girl, and they're the son and daughter of a local miner. He usually doesn't spend much time in town, but makes good money. And both children are planning to pick up, well, their father's profession. Are both quite bulky for children their age, and they're also charging it. But they're
Well,
not the fastest or most elegant. All right,
Cass will be behind them.
I'll have.
Roll initiative.
Okay. What's your approach after you see it turn to you?
Vera is probably going to like do the impulsive, not smart, very direct choice of try to catch it by the horns and try and direct it. It's probably not going to work. She's
Okay,
either
you
going
die
to bounce
immediately.
off or just get scooped up and get carried around screaming.
Okay,
It's
so-
fine. Old man Hendersonson is here. He'll resolve any
The
conflict.
points of this goat's horns do have like corkwood shoved on them.
Why do the goats have horns?
It's a billy goat.
Well, yeah, I know, but
Horns.
you usually tradition is to dehorn goats so they don't horn you.
Well, the goats are left. It's like
That's
sheep
true.
are hold it
To be
hold it
fair,
at night,
Wilhelmina
but the
is
goats
kind
are
of the kind of
Wilhelmina,
maniacal monster
yeah.
breeder.
yes,
Yeah.
and the goats are also left out to spend it for themselves during the night most of the time.
Fair.
Besides the winter when they're often just pulled in.
Or our worms, not theirs. They live in the wind normally.
So yeah,
Vera has
That's
no
that.
dots assigned to
They don't
force.
usually live in the snow, though.
I has nothing for any amount of strength.
yeah. Let's do force check
That's
threat
right.
2.
My skill
Force
is
check.
lying.
For
Threat
you, force check threat 1.
Are the
And both of you have advantage due together. People also engage in the go.
How does advantage work with
It's +1 after everything is worked out.
are the
So I only have to roll a 2 instead of a 1.
No, it's +1 after the total.
So it's number of
Oh,
successes.
It's checked out.
are the miners going for it?
Yeah.
I would like to trip one of them.
Roll skulk.
Skulk, excellent.
Or would that be finesse?
Roll the,
Skulk, please.
roll the 2 and a
Yeah, I'm sure. Skulk.
Roll the 2 and a 4 on the threat.
Threat 1.
And
Threat
0
1.
successes on the force roll.
That is a partial success.
Okay.
I believe.
Is it funnier
Yes.
if she just bounces off the goat, or is it funnier if
No
like, she
threat.
just like gets scooped up and
No
the
threat.
goat
No, yes,
just continues
Okay.
running?
So
and
the
she's
guy
just clinging to
stumbles,
its
which
head.
doesn't fall.
Yeah.
Giving his sister a head start, but it does mean that their impact against the goat is staggered as opposed to simultaneous. And one of them is like kind of careening forwards, like using the goat to not fall over on their face, kind
Sneak
of.
attack.
So, what do you roll?
1 success and a 3 on the threat. I don't remember what
Okay.
these are.
No threat. No failures. and you're-
Roll a
okay.
2 and a 4 for the 2 threat dice.
Yeah, 1 to 2 is a failure, so that's all. You just have to tell me total number of failures.
Got it. Okay, so
Any successes?
No successes because Vera has only the base 1 dot in force, and the only die
Okay,
even close to that is a 2.
so
2 is not one.
your hand-eye coordination is actually all right. One of your hands gets around the horn, the other kind of slides off and gets a kind of a grasp on the neck. You're gonna use the horn and push on the neck at the same time, but with the tense of this goat's neck muscles, you realize it can lift you with its neck, and it does just that. In one moment, your feet are on the ground. The next, you're 3 feet in the air. Hearing the uproarious laughter of the villagers as you sail.
I just
You gain 1
realized
ruin.
This
Fair,
is
fair.
yet again a bunch of our characters rushing into a friendly melee in a dirty environment.
Don't
That went
infect us again.
so well last time.
So
whenever you get
do I bounce off the goat, or
Whenever
am I
you-
getting like carried around by it?
whenever you gain ruin, you rule threat
Oh.
back equal to your total ruin
Yeah.
to
So
determine whether or not you actually took damage.
yeah, record the ruin. Yeah, you're fine.
Okay. Okay. You land on your ass. It like flung you off.
Okay.
You land on your ass and like slide on your back a good like 4 feet. Your shirt's like pulled way back, so like dirt got down the back of your shirt, and probably like some scraps of food that was being eaten around the fire earlier.
Just like a bunch of like random bits of straw and stuff all mixed in.
Oh yeah,
together.
totally.
Absolutely, yes.
What did you get again?
1 success and no threat. Failed.
Okay. After
After that,
the two, it flung and it's kind of like it was just regaining its footing when the two Smithson, that's what Smithson is their last name. The two Smithsons slam into the goat, and it kind of goes onto a knee on its right side. Its like left leg still kind of out straight and like braced, and it's like starts trying to get upright, but. So you use the opportunity to grab it pretty solidly by one of its horns. But you only have 1 horn and your grip's moderate. You're not able to really push the advantage more than that. Okay. Now let's go on to the next round. System thing in timed encounters. All I prioritize is making sure everyone has a chance to do something at least once before I go to the same person again. There's no like actual initiative or anything, and if you want to forsake your turn, you can do it. I just want to make sure the timing of actions just generally lines up. Okay. Okay, let's start with the people who are sitting back.
Is there anything that you guys would like to do after the things I just described occur?
Do I know Vera or no?
I feel like Vera would probably have, at the very least, gotten curious about the missionaries and then thoroughly bothered them for at least a while.
And
Like the sort of like curious kid asking questions about like.
I feel like I'm gonna assume I know enough about you to know you're gonna check up the thing. So I'm gonna, if we're close enough, I'm gonna help you up.
Thank you. Let's get this goat.
Nope. No roll for that. But and that, like, I think, yeah, that I don't think you get an action this round because you were toppled.
Yeah, recovering from getting rolled over essentially.
What about you two?
Go ahead, because you're being more active than Cass is.
I'm trying to
She's
pin
fucking
down
with the competition.
goat. So
You good? Roll me force threat 2. The goat's full attention is on you now.
I just can't imagine I wouldn't want to win, you know?
You do have advantage because the
I
two
can't win.
things
I have no bonuses
I-
of course.
Either.
are like piling on it
Do
now.
any of them?
how does advantage work with this?
Oh,
Vera-
fucking.
One.
After you count the total
Rebecca
number of
could do
successes
this.
you have, you add
Rebecca could do this
the,
with her fucking
the number
hand
of
tied behind
disadvantage
her
of
back.
advantage.
The rest of us are not buff.
6, 9,
Cass is a
2,
knight.
but I
We're
only
not
have
trying to
1
fucking
in
kill
force.
the
My
goat.
father was raising a
One.
preacher, not a warmonger.
That's a 1, not a 2.
This?
Yeah.
That is not a 1. Where's the 1? The 1 is over here.
Wait, that's a 7?
This is a 0.
Oh, I didn't see. Okay, looks weird. Okay.
It does look a little bit funky.
You know, I did think that's
So no successes.
but I suppose I'm coming at it from the side.
No. And 1.
All right. Well, you gain 1 ruin as it manages to shake its head and kind of cause you to go staggering off to the side. Ouch. Maybe you more than staggered. Maybe you fell and your side, you went full body to the side on a bit of like. To the side of the fire pit, there is a section where spent coals were shoveled away, to make space for new wood to be put on the fire.
Sway.
And
I could
you
lie
fall
to the
upon
goat.
that.
That might be my.
And actually, instead of taking 1 damage, it's like, let's just say you catch on
We just
fire.
lie to each other.
You don't lose the
No,
HP.
my
You
plan
catch on
is to
fire.
maybe trick the goat.
I was gonna try to lie to the twin.
On fire.
You're on fire. Which could become a problem in a bit, but
Yeah.
I'm instead gonna direct that. Yeah, you're on fire, not taking damage.
So no one has really made any good headway.
The 2 Smithsons managed. Yeah, and they managed to push the goat on its side, and are both like zombies crawling towards its head together.
Okay.
Okay, they're the
Can I-
squeaky twins.
Can I try to fuck them up?
How so?
Let's see. Is there a way I can move one of them to let the goat get up?
I mean, if either of them were moved off the goat, they're both like kind of like balancing on the goat. The brother is like kind of like straddling with both legs. One leg's like on the goat's flopped over, and he has a leg on each side of the goat, and he's like scooching up its body. Well, the sister, whenever it gets a leg under itself, is kicking that leg out from under the goat.
Yeah, I'm gonna
And
fuck with the sister.
is what?
Let's
Mess
see.
with
I
the
don't
sister.
have.
That's what he's doing.
That's not what I said. Let's see. Do I have anything?
That was not your direct wording, no, but that was what you're doing.
I have no physical stats. I was gonna tackle her, but that doesn't work.
It does.
If you throw
that's
your body weight
if that's
at
what
her,
you're doing, it's what you're doing.
it can probably like do
And also,
something.
you're on even ground to her, and she's distracted. You have an instant advantage.
I will just.
Oh wait, you had advantage in the earlier thing. You would have at least gotten 1 success.
Oh.
You still got those failures. So let's say you actually managed to hold on despite being flung to the ground. So you still have an armor, like an arm.
You're on fire though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You still have a hand on the goat's horn though.
Is there any wood nearby?
Don't
Yes.
fucking hit me with
I'm
it.
not gonna hit you with wood.
Get the fire.
Well, there's flaming wood nearby.
Yeah, I
next to the
would
fire
like
pit.
to grab some fire. Just kind of poke
The goat?
the twin with it.
The twin, not the goat.
Oh my
I'm not
god.
trying to kill her. Just fucking roll around on the ground.
Stop, drop, and roll.
You know, this is not sneaky anymore. Let's just roll finesse.
Okay, that's fine. I got that. Also.
Threat 1. You're playing with fire.
Literally.
That is no success, but no.
I'd say you had the advantage of this.
Okay,
So
so
you get
it's a partial success and or no fail.
Okay. So you
To be clear, like her clothing, not her hair, not something that's gonna fuck her up, just something that'll.
She yelps as the burning hot end of a stick pokes her back.
Yeah.
And she turns around and, like, in reaction, goes to grab the thing that was poking her.
Oh no.
And, like, immediately lets it go and lets out a curse that the entire village heard.
When someone says something bad in front of the teacher. Ooh.
She is no longer paying attention to the goat. She has murder in her eyes.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Well, I
the
dealt
goat
with
is-
half the adversaries.
The goat
so
is
it's
starting.
you all
The
now.
goat, because she's no longer getting at the goat. It's managed to get his back legs under it, even if its front legs aren't quite stable as the.
Smithson.
No, it's not Smithson.
Boy. You said it was
Yes,
Smithson.
Smithson.
Okay, sure. Smithson, because Smith's minors, sure, why not? As Smithson has managed to get both of his hands on the horns, and he's mostly he's trying to push in the direction you are down on the ground to try to like use your grip to his advantage. He is more or less oblivious to his sister's problems.
Yeah. So Smithson boy is like essentially sitting on the goat's shoulders.
Mhm.
And then I know what I need to do next.
Okay.
Even if I'm on fire.
Next round.
I'm hauling myself back over the top of the goat's head.
Can I put your fire out somehow?
You can reach us? Yes.
Kind of like in a panic, seeing like a friend on fire is probably gonna just like and just start grabbing handfuls of snow and just tossing them on.
Oh
this
yeah, I
person
was wondering
and
where
trying
we
to
could put out a fire.
fire
We are
on
just
our-
straight up in the fucking.
The snow's not around yet.
Oh, the snow
Yeah, it
isn't
hasn't
around
snowed
yet.
Oh, just
Anyone got a bucket
if you're
of water?
clothes are
This is the first day of fall, but not at the
not
south
winter.
gate.
if your clothes are like on fire, just like stomping them out or something. I don't know.
And that's kind of difficult when
Not
they're on someone.
I know.
you would be able to stop.
I just so on you.
Just like you'd more end up like kicking me with the truck.
Repeatedly,
Like,
Was there like
curb
dirt on
stomping
the
someone's
ground?
back.
yes.
I could just kind of throw dirt at you. I promise this is important.
Just
It's like I am on fire. I recognize that.
just like grabs like probably wearing like a shawl or something like it and just like tries patting with that or something.
The shawl gets set on fire.
If I roll poorly, probably.
Okay, so both of you are working
Your
together
fire
to
will
put out
help
this
me
fire?
with my crusade.
Okay, so are you doing anything to put out the fire? Or are you...
I'm just letting them do whatever it is that they're doing.
Okay, so
And like flaming.
I guess that would.
With-
that be
with-
like-
What part of you is on fire?
with group
That would
actions,
be like somewhere
because there's two people
back,
working on this,
roughly.
basically I'll have one person roll who's the best out of you two. Due to your methods, do you want to use force or finesse?
They're the same for me.
They're
They're
the same.
both one.
They're both ones for me too.
Hey!
Well, anyways, you have advantage because it's working together. Which one you want to roll?
I'm finesse.
I've been making a lot of rolls lately, so if you want to make a roll.
Oh, you have threat 1 because you're dealing with fire. And there's a goat nearby.
There's like
Go watch out for you guys.
2 successes with the advantage, and then one failure.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. What were you using to put out the fire?
I was just throwing dirt at.
Oh, okay.
As-
Well,
as this-
since
as
both
this- my assistance was
since
like
this roll is
batting on the
okay,
shawl.
group actions, consequences can go anyone who did it, no matter who did the roll. So because your shawl was actually in contact with the fire, we say the fire goes out on you, but you pull you just like sigh and pull it away, and the shawl you like look down, and the shawl smoking. So the fire is put out. You're fine.
Yes.
Let's move on to your guys' actions now. you're dealing with an angry Smithson.
I think I see that you're on
the
fire.
daughter.
Well, they took off the
Yeah.
to like do the batting, and so
You've now got a mildly torched shawl.
actually kind of fits Varys'
It's at least going to be rather smoky scented for a while, at minimum.
So I assume she's gonna try to take a swing at me. Can I try?
She looks like it.
Can I try to position myself so that if she misses, she hits her brother?
Please don't.
Okay.
Would that
Do
be,
some
like,
care.
navigate?
Yeah.
You're
I
in
was gonna
front of
say
him like,
navigate.
hit me.
Navigate threat 2.
All right.
Yeah,
Don't
'cause
love my
there's
navigate stat, but
there's an angry girl with punches
And a kicking goat.
goat, and the
oh yeah,
fire is still
everything is
nearby.
threat 2.
Yep.
Okay.
And we can burn, unlike the person who put the stake in the middle of the fire.
Crazy fucking guy. All right, no successes, 2 fail.
Oh!
I've gone better.
Mm-hmm.
Cass, no. This isn't even the mountain.
Nope.
Okay. Youch. You go to navigate yourself, and one of the goat's legs comes up. Front leg comes up and hits you in the shin.
Oof.
That itself does not, actually hurt you as like a glancing blow. I mean, it hurt. It really fucking hurt, but you're not injured. But your obvious distraction gives Yanada Smithson. Yashna is the name of him. Yashna Smithson. A very obvious window to go into deck you. You gain 2 ruin. And let's see how that roll turns out before I narrate.
Fuck those dice. Fine.
Okay. She swings and misses because you're doubled over holding your shin.
Cass. She goes by Cass.
Okay,
When
now
her
what are you
mother
doing?
learned she lit another child on fire today.
Okay, so you're battling. I named him. Kate. Wait.
They're twins. They have to start with the same letter. I don't make the rules.
Yaton Smithson. Or Yatin, I think.
Like, I'm full body throwing myself over the head of the goat, so, like...
Okay, force threat 1, force.
That is...
Advantage, too.
It's funny, because all of our
2
children
successes.
fucking suck at everything.
Yeah. 2
Is anyone a
successes
major
and
character?
1 fail.
Vera is a
Okay.
major character.
You gain 1 ruin.
Damn.
She has 3 points in navigate, and then the 2s for her are detect, study, sway, recall, and endure.
Oof,
I'm
that
just
is
a
1
minor
fail.
character.
Okay,
Dad's
so
3 in deceive.
I got 3 in skulk.
what's your character's name again?
This one's Eloise.
2 in finesse, 1 in interface, 1 in
Okay.
and 1 in intellect.
Yatin is just starting to manage to push the goat's head to the ground. Is like using his legs to like pinch either side of the goat's neck and kind of guide it, like limit it how much it can turn side to side. But you with 1 hand on when the goat starts, bring your other hand up and yank, throwing Yatin off balance. Meaning one of his hands comes off the goat's horns and shoving the goat's head to the ground. You manage to swing 1 leg up and over the goat's neck between Yatin.
No, it's not like that. It's like full on draped over. So like holding the horns with the hands like underneath them.
Oh, okay, so you were down the ground and you swung yourself around, grabbed the other horn, and pinned the goat's head to the ground. And Yatin, his arm that was on your side is no longer in, but he's reaching around you and still holding one of its horns.
Yep.
And he's, hey, you little brat! Puberty hit Yatin like a truck. And he is intentionally exaggerating his voice.
Now shove it.
I've already
Oh,
fought
and
your
he is
sister.
trying to right now. Okay, next round. Have you done anything this round yet?
Yeah, I got punched.
Yeah.
Okay, that's true. Okay, next round.
So
I mean-
Yatin's still on it. but
Yes.
you're
Nah,
on top.
Because we're doing the meta
yeah,
currency.
okay.
I've been hit yet. My shin hurts.
Now stomping out my shawl on the ground, using like the dust and just the stomping to try and.
I'll say that
stop.
just works.
Okay.
Just have to pin the thing for 5
Oh,
seconds.
and out.
How many-
All of
how-
you can faintly hear.
How many rounds is 5
Antonio
seconds?
call out. Antonio calls out 1, 2. So we're gonna say each round is like 2 seconds ish.
Okay, so you need to hold it for an entire round. Or,
It's 5 seconds.
okay, so 2 rounds?
Round and a half. After this.
Rounds are a variable unit.
Well, yeah, I know, but like, in
I'm
terms...
gonna narrate. I'm gonna narrate the countdown. Okay.
Okay.
I
Alright.
just said 1, 2. Okay.
Alright, what the fuck are we
Holding the
doing?
thing down.
I want, like at this point, I feel like I want you to win, so that I'm like,
Oh,
This
I
is
think
not our forte.
after you gain the
I
ruin,
know,
did you
I'm
get,
trying to think of how to
hurt
get-
at all? Did you roll your ruin?
Yeah, I had 1 fail.
Oh, then you take 1 damage.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, I
Ain't
did
no
just-
damn
I
healing
think-
in this game.
one of the goat's horn caps came off and
No.
ended up getting stuck in
Ooh.
your side. You have like a really nasty gash across your ribs.
Yeah, that's not gonna be fun.
This goat, like as you're pinning it to the ground, like draped over, you're like, "Oh, this goat stinks. It smells awful. Fuck."
Ow, 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 fuck, ow.
Oh my god, that was totally infected. Jesus.
is
gonna need
Yatton
some
on
cleaning.
the ground holding on?
He's
Or-
like more sitting on the neck.
He's sitting on the neck.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know how to get him.
I have many ideas, but
we
none of
want-
them have worked yet.
If we can keep his weight on the goat, that would be good. But just get his grip off of the horn,
Interesting.
because like Aloysia's weight, she is not heavy
Well,
enough to hold
I'd
it down.
try to
on
like
her own.
burn him, but I feel like that's too risky with you so close.
Yeah, please don't. No fire. Whack his arm. Just whack his arm.
I have no strength.
Doesn't matter. Whack it. Like elbow whack. If you whack the elbow,
I know.
then
My dad
it-
always tries
yeah.
to tell me like it only takes a limited amount of pressure to break an elbow. All right,
Takes
I
7
will.
pounds of pressure to break a collarbone.
Interesting.
You can bite through a finger with
I'm
your
very aware of that.
amount of...
Both mine broke.
Ooh,
Yep.
Different times.
that's better.
Collarbones hurt a lot.
Really?
Like
At least that's what I've heard.
Mine didn't hurt.
you also have fucked up pain sensitivity.
I
so-
will attempt to whack Yatton's elbow.
like get him to let go with his hand, but don't.
I'll try to hit his funny bone.
Okay. Roll force. Threat 1 due to chaos of the situation. Oh, you have advantage as well.
Okay.
Due to, I'm getting distracted.
Only partial success, but no threat.
Okay. Okay, I'll do the same thing that partial success meant for the other Smithson. You get his attention.
Lovely. Out of towner. I'm gonna get murdered.
Okay, next.
Who do we think needs distracting?
Yatton, away from me.
Either of the Smithson twins. Take your pick.
I think Vera is going to pick up her now stomped on, dusty, probably smoking a little still shawl and just try and toss it over somebody's head.
Whose head? We gotta specify.
I think she did just get like a bit of camaraderie with your character, and Yatton is now looking menacingly at her, so she's probably gonna like try and toss the shawl over Yatton's head to try and like mess up his vision or distract him or something.
Finesse? No threat.
Finesse, no threat. Alright, just gotta roll ones because I don't have a dot in finesse. There's a
Hey.
1.
Hey.
That's a partial success for 1 die roll. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I will say you do. It does successfully get over, its head, but it is now also covering both you and the goat's head as well.
Big shot.
Just everybody's distracted.
Has to work for the winter months.
That's so true.
That's not helpful. Now he won't know that I tricked his sister into hitting him.
I mean, that's actually a good thing.
You didn't really succeed in that, did you?
Well, I know, but I don't have many other plans.
Actually, let's get to that. She is looking at you very angrily, and you're not in the best place.
What the fuck am I gonna do?
I feel like this music isn't quite what we need. It doesn't have the
We are
level of
actively
probability.
fighting people and trying to pin a ghost.
Combat
Sorry,
music.
I'm actively fighting people. The rest of you are trying to pin a ghost.
Hey, I just hit someone.
It's too calm.
My other plan was to be like,
Can I try to
Try to
her?
turn the
Can I
twins
try to
around.
trip her again?
Let's play Yakety Sax.
Can I try to goad her into overcommitting to a punch and then trip her?
And go to who?
The person punching me.
yeah,
Oh, yeah, sorry. My brain was on.
yeah,
I'm not gonna goad the fucking goat.
Wait, you're going to her to punch
Coach is
you.
as
Yeah,
good
and then
as it's gonna
What,
get.
I'm goading her to try to overcommit to a punch, and then I want to trip her to send her into her brother.
Like try
Okay.
and like antagonize her, and then like pull some like tricky move of some sort.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna kind of be have that in two actions. One is deceive. Yeah. Deceive, threat 2, and then the next action is contingent on you successfully goading her properly in the first place. Actually, wait, no, we can just skip that roll. Well, you assume she's gonna hit you anyway, so let's just have this be a maneuver. Yeah.
Navigate.
Navigate.
How many threats?
Threat 2. Navigate threat 2.
Threat 2 seems appropriate for hey, punch me in the face.
Well, it's violence of a kid, which would be one threat by itself, generally, unless
And
they're
also
armed. And the second threat comes
chaos.
from chaos
Yeah.
environment.
the goat, the fire, the flailing, the
Well,
shawls
I
getting-
did roll a 9 and a 10, so that's some good cyberpunk rolling. But no, unless the 0 is low in this system.
Nope.
I made that mistake.
All right, no success, no failure.
Those rolls shouldn't happen very often.
Well, I have no skill.
I know.
You roll high.
This is not how my cyberpunk life has been. I roll
I mean, I
low in the
guess-
system.
Yeah, she misses.
She misses, but not well enough.
Yeah, she misses, but it's not like an extreme enough miss. She like keeps her stance, keeps her form. She's used to swinging like heavy equipment around and is good at keeping her center of gravity.
Okay.
You actually like do like theoretically succeed on your plan. It's just your plan was shit. Yeah, that's that. Next, under the cloak.
Yep.
What's going on?
I am still holding on to the damn goat. Or trying to.
Okay, at this point, chaos situation, disadvantage and threat 2.
Do floor dice count?
I have to really roll it.
So that is no successes and 1 fail.
To be clear, due to disadvantage, that's -1 successes.
Oh no.
Oh no.
And 1 fail. You show negative successes technically don't do anything, but negative successes, I'm going to take them into account. You know what? That 1 fail, I'll throw it towards ruin. And then you roll equal to your total ruin. You have to roll equal to your total ruin, not your new ruin game.
Yep. Which, all of those, considering 3, 4, and 4, are fine.
Okay. Okay, let's say what happens is you get turned around. You at one point you feel a hand shoving up against your hand, trying to dislodge it from the horn you have gripped firmly, and it succeeds. But you manage to grab something else solid in the mess, and your body like gets turned 90 degrees. You feel it's probably it's like something
Like his
like
arm
heavy
or
is on top of you at an awkward angle. You may have like an elbow in your like the side of your neck or something.
Oh.
And everything's chaos. The cloak is tangled up in your legs, and probably some
other limb of Yatin's, but you're not sure which limb.
Do I still have like the horn essentially digging into my side?
No, that was a gash that happened earlier.
Okay.
It's kind of just bleeding now everywhere.
Like, can I still feel the horn essentially, roughly underneath me?
Yeah.
Okay. So I still
But
have.
it's like turned 90 degrees and it's a mess.
Good enough.
Okay.
Can't see worth shit.
Let's say
but
that
I'm
round
still
was
gonna-
a 1 second round. So 3. Next round.
I'm still
Could
gonna
Vera
say
try?
that.
So, how is the goat positioned on the ground currently?
I don't have the art skills for that. Like this would advance.
I mean, is it like on its side, or like is it like how many? Like, is it on its side? Does it have any particular
Yeah,
number of
4
legs
dice.
swinging around in the
It's
air?
on its side. Its front legs are like every now and then, like its body's like kind of corkscrew twisted, so it's like front legs are kind of able to get underneath it. Its back legs are actually no, on the side it would be the reverse. Its front legs would be entirely sideways, like there's all the weight going on there. But its back legs would be kind of twisted around, have some purchase. So it has started to like kick and push off with its back legs, causing it to turn around the axis point of its head and like kind of a circle slowly.
Interesting.
So it's just doing like a.
And you can see as an
pretty
observer
much.
that the rope
Sort of.
that's tied to the goat is starting to get starting to wrap around the cloak.
Mm.
And you're like, but you like look at the rope wrapping around. It's wrapping around more than it should. And you look at the end of the rope, and you see Skirt Kid with a knife and the cut end of the rope, slowly wrapping it around. The
He's
goat and the
trying to
cloak.
like get the rope to like burn or break faster to.
No, he cut it. He
Oh.
successfully cut it over the past few rounds. And is now using it to wrap the goat and everyone else on it.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Wait, but that means the goat's free,
It's not out of the circle yet, though.
and the snake hasn't burnt yet. So I suppose.
And it's entertaining, so no one's gonna stop
Yeah,
it.
I think. I think Vera probably wants to stop the goat from getting up, so I think she's going to like try and grab hold of one of its back legs and try to hold its back legs up so it can't maneuver itself.
If I can
Like-
help you with that, I will.
Probably like
Okay.
skitter around
With our
to
combined
like
child
to
force.
be like on the side that its back is, so that she's less likely to get a hoof to
Okay.
the head.
Dealing with just the goat by itself is generally threat 1, but you're dealing with its back legs. So that's
Which
threat 2.
are unhindered.
Yeah,
You're welcome,
unhindered
kids.
back legs to go.
So,
So,
threat 2.
one of you roll force threat 2.
You wanna roll?
You can roll force for force 2.
So I want to roll 3 or higher for threat 2, or is it just
Yeah.
ones that
For
are...
threat dice, you want to get 3 or above.
Okay,
Nice. One
you
fail.
That's not bad.
have to roll for force 2.
Oh yeah, force. There's 2 ones, so 2 successes.
So that is
One
success.
And 1 fail from the threat, so I get a
Yes.
ruin.
Well, it depends.
Roll. Or is that something else?
You
I just
got,
wanna
the,
make sure I'm
you, no,
understanding
you,
the
got,
system
you got the ruin last time, and it's a group roll, so I'm going to distribute it as I please. It's going to you this time. You gain a ruin.
Yeah. Tries to like gather up the goat's legs and just like
Okay.
hold it in place so it can't get itself up. Since it was using the back legs to try
So-
and position itself.
I could like just justify not giving you damage if you agree to take a concussion, which might be, I think, one of the it would be one of the mental
Concusses the
stats.
intellect.
Oh yeah. You could become concussed, or which is disadvantage on any intellect roll for the next while, or you can take the damage.
I will take the damage.
Okay. So it's a forehead scrape instead, which bleed profusely but aren't actually life-threatening. Usually.
Unless
Thank
you don't
you.
have any blood.
I need that brain power to, if I run into my dad, explain why I got a scrape on my head.
Okay. But with 2 successes, you in joint do knock the legs out from under it and pull them out to the side. It's a bit hard as they're kind of like flailing, but the goat is
The goat is not going anywhere for
utterly incapacitated. Yeah.
I am being tied to a goat's head. Very slowly, but I'm being tied to a goat's head. This is fine. I'm not going anywhere.
You and another angry teenager have a shawl over your head and the goat's head, so none of you can see what's going on clearly, and you're slowly being tied all together.
Yep, however, I'm flopped over the goat, so I can still feel the goat. I have the goat's head. That's kind of the important bit.
Well,
And theoretically, I'm still.
Because
Yes.
you're covered in a shawl.
I mean, once they got the shawl off of us,
Yeah,
after
we
the-
whip it
the
off of
kind
you at the end. Dramatic
Just like,
reveal.
I have the goat's head.
Okay, you two, what are you doing?
I'm gonna tackle the roast kid.
The
Bro, I'm gonna tackle Skirt Boy.
skirt boy.
Yeah, the one with the rope.
Okay. You're gonna have threat 3 for that situation because you're still dealing with Yashna, who's
Fuck
still
her, I
aggro on you, and you have the new boy has a rope in his hand and a knife in the other. By the way, he used it to cut the rope.
I'm going at the not knife side of his body.
Okay. And
He
this
is tackling the person with the knife while
this actually,
Maybe
you know,
opening your
no.
back to
Let's put this into
another
2 rolls. Let's have the
very
roll,
punchy.
first roll be a navigate roll with threat 2. For
God
just
damn it.
disengaging from.
We know how much you love
I
navigating.
have failed 2 in a row. Please. Okay, I haven't succeeded 2 in a row. Well, that's 2 2s. Fortunately, I have no points in navigate. So I will once again, no success, no failure.
Your rolls are nuts.
Okay. You
I
start.
have good D6s and apparently dog shit, but not dog shit enough D10s.
Okay. So you
These dice
start.
would be great if we were rolling for like damage. Indeed.
We were rolling for anything except trying to get only 1s.
Okay. You go to dash away from the situation, but your leg slips on a section of cloak on the ground, causing you to inadvertently duck a punch from this girl, who is pissed at
Haha,
this
fuck
point.
you. You haven't hit me yet.
Because this was just an attempted thing, I'll let you try something else. You could double down on that action, but I will increase the threat by 1.
Yeah,
or you
of
can
course.
try something else.
I have only enough
3.
ruin to, and I need to take 3 ruin here to die immediately. So we're
You're
good.
a poor reckless child.
Yeah.
It's one of my character traits. All right, 3. What am I rolling?
Navigate for 3.
God fucking damn
Unless
it.
you're doing something else. I'm just giving you the option to double down and increase the threat. That's what's going on.
Yeah.
Oh, and everyone, remember that the Pyre exists. If you have a
yeah.
failure and you don't want to suffer consequences.
Yeah, if I take 3 fucking failures here, which won't happen.
When
One
Cass
fail.
doesn't even make it to the
No success. I'll take the ruin. Jesus Christ. Okay. I take 2 damage.
Oh dear.
Jesus Christ. That goes poorly.
Do you want to, instead of taking 2 damage, get a condition?
As long as it's not hobbled.
Yeah, sure. What do you want?
Literally anything but hobbled. I don't have any of the good skills. Just don't take my agility away from me.
Maybe battered.
Yeah, battered would probably make the most sense.
You're probably getting sucker punched here.
Yeah, okay, sure. Let's say battered.
Now we're even weaker.
It's fine. I'm not supposed to be battered.
Maybe concussed.
Other thing, when you use the Pyre,
I think I should.
your action roll is also assumed to like be bumped up by at least 1 level of success. So if it's 0 successes, you get 1 success. 1 success, you get 2 successes. You know, it's like a thing,
I see.
and that's is a rule I just made up on the spot, but it makes sense.
Fair.
Because it doesn't make sense to burn the Pyre to avoid failure and also not do any success whatsoever. Okay, so that's that. You got sucker punched in. You got a nice blow to your lower back,
Ouch.
Jesus.
causing the hobbled walk you do towards Skirt Boy
to be, actually even more menacing, to be honest. Because this guy did just see you take a punch in the back and decide that your priorities are still to pursue.
It's like, yeah.
Okay, under the cloak,
I
in the
am.
realm of chaos,
Yes.
what is happening?
I am still trying to pin the damn goat down.
At this point, it's in a dirt shack. With I'm gonna keep it at threat too.
Does me helping
Yeah, that's-
stop the goat from moving provide any advantage?
Sure, you get an insensitive advantage.
Okay, then that's 1 success and 1 fail.
Okay.
Ouch.
So, I will pull that failure aside and just say you lose grip with your right arm as something in the mess of limbs under there shifts. Probably with your left hand, you like readjust to have your right hand and your left hand on the same horn, and you keep the thing pushed down to the ground and pinned.
5 seconds. Just needs it to be 5 seconds.
Time rolls around, and the adults doing the annoying thing where they draw out the word "for" multiple seconds.
Just say 5 already, goddammit!
So I'm gonna give you guys all one more round before he says 5.
Well, I'm gonna try to move for the 4th time in a row. And
You're disengaging and move without making a roll.
No.
No.
I'm trying to tackle someone.
No, that's a force roll.
Would
though,
it be
that's not.
endure to try and keep my
Joy.
hold on the goat to make sure it doesn't, to maintain our situational advantage? Okay.
You have advantage because you established it already.
And any threat for that, or since I have
threat
the
of
grip
one.
on one?
I'm just gonna wait. See how everyone else plays out.
Alright, that's a 1 and a 4 on the threat die, which threat also has to be the low number, right? To
Yeah.
apply? Okay, so 1 success with advantage makes 2 successes? Or
Yep. 2 successes and no failures.
Cool.
And
Vera just wraps both
threat
arms
dice.
around the goat's legs to just try and hold it down.
Yeah, I was there, so I'm assuming I'm still helping.
yeah, that's part of the advantage game. I assume that was a group action. Yeah, you guys are fine. And holding steady.
Damn goat. If that's no successes and no fails.
The rolls are the same.
Okay. No one knows what's going on under the cloak. Things are more tangled, but you're pretty sure you're still grabbing a horn. You're just sitting on the side watching.
He's going for the kid with the rope.
Oh yeah, you are. Roll. That's threat 1. No, he's holding a knife. That's threat 2 at the very least. That's
4.
Yeah.
What type of check?
force. You're trying to push the kid over, right?
Alright, and I have disadvantage because I'm now battered. Everything's going wonderfully.
Yep.
No success, 1 fail.
Ouch.
Wait, I have disadvantage. Sorry. 0, -1 success, 1 fail.
Cass!
So 2 1s and 2s are fails on the threat dice?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so the kid
And
looks
I haven't rolled a 1 yet today.
Okay, so here's what happens. The kid looks at you approaching, kind of tilts his head to the side, and pulls on the rope to add tension, and then just runs off. It's to clothesline you with the rope.
Uh-oh.
So while
right,
you're
hold on.
hobbling for him, suddenly the rope hits you on the side, and then the kid changes directions 90 degrees and yanks on the rope.
I gain a ruin.
Now I'm just gonna say you're on the ground and you have a rope wrapped once around you, because after you're on the ground, he proceeds to, after you're half on the ground, he proceeds to take a lap around you to make sure the rope's firmly wrapped, and then tug firmly.
This basically turned into 1 or 2 people wrestling the goat, and everyone else is just kind of fighting each other.
Yep.
No, I'm fighting everyone. There's a difference.
Let's see. So you two are actively wrestling the goat's legs. I'm wrestling the goat's head and whoever the fuck's
And
With
I'm
the
running
other
Okay,
interference.
so
Yeah.
finally
is
you hear the
super
blessed
confused.
word sound out from Antonio's mouth. 5! Okay, kids, you can stop now. You can stop.
Put the
Sound
knife
of
down.
continuous scuttling.
Put the knife down.
Just refuses to let go
Put
of
down
whatever
the
the
knife.
fuck horn.
Untie him. Okay,
If I let go, it's gonna hit me in the head.
Fade to black, but you can still hear the ruckus. And next scene.
Cartoon cat screech.
Okay.
It's
Stop
the annoying.
Stop
cat
the
again.
music. The kids. Oh, actually, who's an authority figure here? Wait, each of you have parents.
Yes.
Rebecca is absolutely not in town.
Okay, well, you're still with all the other kids who are in the scuffle. You guys are behind the cobblers building, which is near the center of the town. Getting a talking to.
Ooh, which?
Well, with your parents are there, and Antonio Clark is just kind of there, sitting on the side with his arms crossed, shaking his head and clucking his tongue.
Let the kids be.
Why am I here? I was putting out the fires.
Can I try to escape?
Can I make sure that I'm
No,
getting...
you're physically incapable of it.
Just like, can I make sure that I get like actual medical attention for the gash that I have on my side?
Your mom's absolutely hot, like ignoring everything. She's like scolding you fiercely while attending to the injury.
Okay, good.
And well, the scolding is intermittently cut off with arguing with Yatin Smithson, the father of Yatin. Actually, Yatin Senior Smithson. Yatin
Damn,
Smithson
he
Sr.
had 2 children, named one of them after him and another one not. Damn.
No, his wife's name is Yashna. She's Yashna Jr.
That's awful.
It is really bad.
Yeah.
But canon now.
Wait.
I have decided to add perpetually stepped to Vera's description.
Okay.
Yep.
Yatin Smithson, like every now and then, your mom was like, she's like, "Are you all right, honey? Oh my God, Atlas is not too deep. Absolute idiot girl." And then every now and then, like, Yatin will say, "Well, at least you pinned it." Yeah, and shut your mouth. My daughter pinned it. And so every now and then their scolding gets interrupted with them arguing with each other about which one of you successfully managed to pin the goat.
I mean, I got its head, he got its neck, so like, yes.
Okay.
Eloise is basically just like attempting to have a very like quiet conversation so that her mom doesn't notice and be like, "Good job with the goat," with Yatin.
Yeah, and like,
Junior.
We already have beef.
and like, I guess I've.
That's so funny.
Are you all right? I'm pretty sure. Like he says, "Are you all right?" And it's like there's a good chunk of your blood on his clothes. And, like that's half what the parents are angry about. Your stained blood-stained clothes.
Yeah.
Is like kind of like, yeah. Huh. Maybe you're gonna have to go in the coming of age ritual next year. If you're gonna behave like this, I'm not sure I can trust you all.
No!
And while you're saying, when we mentioned that, Antonio does speak up.
Getting battle scars
Because-
is totally adult.
Because your parents aren't. What's your character's name again, Matthew?
Cass. Yeah, Cass. Cassia is her legal name. Rebecca is in the middle of fucked nowhere.
Yeah.
Making sure the path doesn't kill any children.
Speaking of that,
That woman has a competent navigate score, so she's doing. Actually, I think her navigate score is mid.
Oh, wow.
Not great, but she remembers everything.
I will have a word with your mother. What you did today was not all right. Setting a kid on fire.
I'm absolutely going to try to hide before he finds me.
What do you mean?
Before this man comes up to me, I'm trying to
You're all here, like behind the building.
Exactly. I would like
Just trying
to
zip around a
not
corner or
be
something.
here.
Roll navigate.
God fucking damn
Let's
it!
make it skull. Let's make it skull.
Please let me hide with my hide stat.
Yeah, skull. Let's make it skull. With
That's
disadvantage.
2 fucking 10s, an 8 and a 4. Where were these fucking rolls in Cyberpunk yesterday?
And it's also disadvantage because he can see you. He's looking straight at you.
Alright, so -1 success. God damn it, I haven't succeeded a roll yet.
Just just turns around,
Oh,
tries to bolt, runs directly into the shin of another.
I think I actually
figure.
do get 1 success, so it cancels out because it's advantage, but I got it. I think a 2, unless I bump the dice, which is a success for Skulk.
Okay, that's a partial success then.
Well, I have disadvantage.
Yeah, so
Vera
2 goes
is
to 1.
probably like shaking the dust.
No, I have
and
1
soot off her
success.
Cloak and like
Oh,
looking at,
okay,
like,
so
I
that's
believe
0.
I rolled a 2.
the edges of her cloak
Okay.
probably have like a big singe on the side of it, and she's just like, awesome.
Oh, how? Okay. Oh, how are your parents dealing with it?
Oh, I have
I'm
never.
gonna, I'm
once
gonna,
thought
I'm gonna have,
about
I'm
what
gonna have
Vera's
both of
parents
you
are-
think about
I
it.
have
I'm
not
gonna
thought
deal
about
with this.
what
I know,
Vera's
I'm trying to
parents
think
are
about.
like.
Okay, so
Does Vera have? No.
what you did isn't right. This was a friendly competition. You could have really hurt someone.
I'm gonna lie to you.
What did you say? What did you say?
I'm so sorry. Fuck you.
I'm sorry. If it helps, I'm also gonna lie.
That wasn't me. That was.
That was my twin.
What do you say? What do you say? Depending on what you say, I change like things. Like, come up with a good thing. I might give you
She's gonna
advantage.
pretend to be very apologetic.
Okay, that's just gonna be a flat roll. With a threat of 1, actually.
Social.
Well, I do have a whole 1% higher chance of succeeding in this check. Nope, that's a failure. And again, I can't roll poorly, so I haven't succeeded a check yet in this system. Things are not going well.
I mean, you can add to the pyre.
That won't make this a success.
Pyre increases degree of success by 1.
Yeah,
It does.
I said
Wonderful. I'll take a partial success. I need to succeed at something.
So trying to goad you into it, and then you were like, "Oh, of course."
that. So since you add it to the pyre, you have to roll on it, and it won't actually like make the pyre topple, of course, with 1 failure now, but it might invoke omen.
Alright, that's a failure.
A 1? Called a failure?
You failed. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we can only get a fire on like a windfall. That's
Okay.
not ideal.
So, his eyes squint. As he looks at your face, you are successfully squinting your eyes, and due to the soot that got on them earlier, you are managing to tear up a bit. Like you rub your eyes just to intentionally get more soot in them. And a few tears start to fall down your cheeks, and he's like, "Hey there, son. Hey there, son. I'm not very good with this. Can someone deal with this child here?"
Just like the rest of the kids absolutely know that she's bullshitting.
I'll have my mother. I mean, my. Sorry. I'll have my butler talk to your mother.
Oh dear.
That will go poorly.
Reich is not going to enjoy that.
I have a festival to attend to. Okay, what happens with you?
I think if it's okay that my dad isn't here because he's got things to do, but my mom is, or like another adult from the missionary group, and I'm just gonna be like, I'm sorry to have sullied myself with this, but I feel like I have made connections with these other kids.
You're
and-
awesome!
And that will further our purpose.
She was super
Everything
helpful
I
with
do.
getting the goat's legs. Vera is just like
did.
trying to help and being overly enthusiastic about it. She just thinks this new kid is very cool.
Well, you did manage. Let's say this is like a 22-year-old who like wants to get experience in the world by going on a missionary journey. So he's going from location to location that people know have at least a church set up. Like just getting experience in traveling, and this is one of his stops. Let's say his name is Carnets. Or wait, Caleb. Wait, no, we have to go for Egyptian names.
Yeah, it is like Egyptian.
So Carnets.
Sure.
I'm trying to think of what Vera's parents are like. I'm thinking at least one of her parents is like very big on like storytelling and such, because like Vera picked up her fascination with like the idea of adventure !
It would be funny if
from
everyone's parents are mad and then your parents are like, yeah, that was a very bad thing.
Just the like head ruffle.
Yeah.
They're very
Good job
clearly
putting
proud of
fire.
you.
Very. It looks just glancing over the mirror. Very bad. I'll ground you or something.
It's just
The way you
feels
grapple
it
that
feels-
goat
it
legs
feels
was
like-
so
it
cool.
It feels like this. If you've ever seen like Sky High, the scene of like,
What?
Mars!
Mars!
thank you.
Thank you.
Mars! Shard!
Hello,
Nice to meet you. Everyone's player character kids are being scolded by their parents
Oh, that's
for getting into a fight.
We love to hear that.
Except me.
You're absolutely
He got scolded by the mayor of the town and he started crying to throw off his
Wow.
You
hair.
set another child up. You tried to set another child up.
He didn't try, he succeeded!
No, I failed that check, I'll remind you.
But yeah.
Like every other check so far.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's kind of like the Sky High, tell your mother I took away your Xbox.
Yeah.
I haven't have an Xbox. Turns around chair, there's a wrapped Xbox sitting on the chair.
Yeah,
Yep.
so that's going on.
And like
And-
all of the other kids know that his kid's being a
It's good
bullshitter.
to see you're
I'm so sorry.
appropriately repentant. Just remember, it is tools that sets apart man from beast. We do not fish with our bare hands, as we do not hunt wild beasts with our bare hands. I know you were just trying to keep up with these quaint customs.
Calm
I
down,
took care
they're
not to
fun.
touch the goat.
Well, that's a lie. You were holding its hoof. Remember, you're like,
Oh, I thought I was I didn't. That's my own memory.
okay,
Wasn't holding the hoof, nothing happened.
okay.
Where's the bragging rights in just using a tool to wrestle a goat, though? Vera has like just appeared behind this just standing behind this person.
It's not about It's not everything's about bragging rights, child. It's always good to conduct yourself with dignity. Just like it's good to take care of yourself, shower regularly, and eat good food.
Covered in dirt.
Okay, showers absolutely are not a thing.
Oh, yeah, sorry, bathe is the word that they use. Bathe regularly.
Covered in dirt.
Yeah. And
just
eat
like
good
drinking.
food with silverware.
Reaches into a pocket and pulls out like some bit of like pastry. A snack is one of her inventory items.
Yeah.
She pulls out a bit of a very squashed at this point pastry and just pointedly takes a bite.
The guy scowls.
She reaches up and pats him on the shoulder.
You little.
We should go get cleaned up if that's all right.
Where are you going? Eating these
Sandwiches.
Must be the thin air up here. Okay.
Ellis
I
is
think
trying very
that's
hard to not look
that
like...
scene mostly covered.
Just like rests an elbow on her shoulder and is just like, I like you. You're the cool one.
You dodged your parents due to being just used to living in a conservative household. You got supportive parents. Wow. You got a helicopter parent.
Yep.
And
My parents climbing a fucking mountain right now. And the backup is old man Henderson.
he was not called in for this.
We all know he would not be helpful in this
I heard
situation.
you got on a boat.
So, as you guys are reluctantly back into the festivities, you're each handed a kebab of freshly cooked goat meat.
Oh, I could have just killed the goat. That was my go-to plan. That was my immediate first thought. Kill goat. Goat head goes on ground.
We could have been cutting its head off
We
this
could've-
whole time.
Would have been so much simpler.
You can carry weapons.
No,
I have a knife.
well, I just have
We'd
the
have to
nerve.
Inventory slot number 1, coming of age knife.
Skirtboy was reprimanded enough for having a knife out during that situation.
Oh, it wasn't. Ow.
You have a knife, you just weren't waving the knife around.
Yeah, because I didn't think I was allowed to kill the goat. That would have made this problem.
That wasn't the challenge. This is just a reward.
Yeah, the goat.
Well, okay, you're all eating salted, honeyed goat meat right now. Kebabs.
Okay, I got right down on top of your notes, huh?
Notes.
No.
Notes.
Instead, put them
There
on
were
top
lines
of
of
the
text
tower.
on it.
Yeah, they're names that are actually probably the most more important names.
There's some,
Get the chewies back on them.
By the way, I am recording this if you tell me.
I know.
Awesome. Okay.
You talked about it in the Discord.
Yes.
That's how I also knew what classroom to go to.
Yeah.
It was that one, and then this one had its lights on, so I was like, it's definitely this one.
Yeah.
No, we're just in the dark.
All right.
This is the classroom we started in.
Yeah, it is.
At some point or another,
A table.
it,
Oh, I used to steal a table for that. I
family
remember.
friends of your
I didn't
parents
get here early enough.
end up offering small cups of, let's call it, alcoholic cider to each of the kids who participated in the fight, saying it'll give you good luck for tomorrow.
Fuck yeah!
Absolutely a terrible idea to give Cass alcohol.
They did it.
She's absolutely drinking it.
Do they give it to us and then leave, or do they like watch us?
No, they yeah, they'd probably give it to you and leave.
Okay, yeah. I won't drink mine then.
Takes a sip.
I do the like shots party thing where we cheers and I over the shoulder.
The like, I
Just
filled up a beer can with water.
Yeah, to fit in.
Takes like a swig and then gets hit with probably the like very bitter taste of alcohol for the first time in
Yeah,
quite a
sure,
while.
somewhat bitter, but also they're giving cider to kids. This isn't like
Fair
long
fact.
fermented
It's gonna
cider.
be it's gonna be like
There's still some
very
sugar in
sweet
there.
for-
Honey cider or something.
Still tastes sour, so it's like,
Nope.
Lady.
over the shoulder, like salt.
We're warding off demons.
With alcohol. Honestly, it might work.
I don't know. I think that's how you bait a demon trap.
Well, yeah, but they want the alcohol and not you.
I saw a D&D story a while back of like somebody who made like a cleric and like the very like medieval monk type aesthetic of like constantly like brewing alcohol and very like the fat and jolly type of like aesthetic of like a brewery monk type person, and he was constantly like blessing the wine as he made it, and he managed to like trivialize the final battle of one of the arcs by just infiltrating the like wine cellar job of like this local lord who was doing like demon cult stuff and just blessing all the liquor, and they got incredibly drunk in like celebration before their big demon apotheosis ritual. Then the guy goes, finds a demon to himself, and then keels over in pain because his belly is full of holy wine.
I love that. That's so creative.
Okay. anything else you guys want to get up to before the festival night winds down? And the kids are at least able to sleep.
Yep.
These festivities do go most of the night.
I think Vera has decided to try and be like the bad influence friend on the kid with like the strict religious parents.
Eloise is absolutely joining in on this too, especially considering the fact that she wants you guys to come and do the hike thing. Come join us.
Wait 1 second. Let me take a look at the character sheet 1 second. What are you guys getting up to, roughly?
I think
Human
Vera would
sacrifice.
probably
Actually,
be, like
you're being a bad influence. Let's have you roll sway.
sway.
Yeah.
All right. Rolling for sway. I have a point in that, so 2s are also successes.
Ooh.
Nope.
None of
Multiple 3s, but no 2s.
Roll into it.
Oh, you have to roll under the natural.
I also don't succeed.
Yeah, I didn't succeed yet.
What are you rolling for?
Fuckery.
You won.
Roll for fuckery? You got a partial 6.
There's some fuckery going on.
A little shenanigans.
Yeah, she's absolutely the kind of person to help create fuckery.
Okay, so
To
at some point in the
Get you
night,
guys in it.
the kids are in a corner, and you are buzzed very slightly from alcohol, but you want to be there too? Of course you will.
Yeah, can I steal the bottle?
The entire bottle.
Pass as a club
Actually,
though.
no. I have stolen the bottle. It's something I
No,
shouldn't
no.
have.
Yes. Yeah.
Love that.
I was gonna say you have like cups that are like people like drink alcohol, put it down on the table, you can just have those cups. But no,
Well, no, I'm stealing the source.
yeah, you have you got a bottle of it's a slightly stronger cider than the stuff you were given earlier.
They're not children's cider.
So you
She probably stole it from the fucking old people who were blind as fuck.
would you tell the story of what you saw earlier today to these kids?
After getting kind of drunk, I might roll like
Little Vera.
I might roll.
I saw a dead
wit-
body
Roll and dirt.
earlier.
Roll endure threat 2.
I think endure threat 2, and I'd say she probably has disadvantage because she is a bit buzzed and she
Oh,
is
right.
excitable at the moment, and she is very impulsive.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to make your character roll, we're gonna still stop you.
Well, I do have a point in endure, but so one of the 2s is a partial success, but also I did decide to give myself disadvantage, and for the 2 threat dice,
You're fucking talking
there's
about
a
it.
2 in there. So yeah, that's one of the threat supplies. I'm not sure what that means in this specific
Oh,
situation.
well, it just means that, like, you guys are talking, someone sees the cut, like the healed, fresh cut on the inside of your hand from earlier today, and that leads into the conversation. You removed your partial success down to a failure due to being at disadvantage, so let's roleplay from there.
Fuck yeah, you were talking about it.
Well, this probably starting with like the line on the hand of like, oh, that was from like a bit of jagged wood that I stumbled into at old
Shepherd's
man Callum's place when we went to go check on him this morning. And then
Did you kill him?
cider shoots out of her nose almost.
Religious texts are not PG.
Oh, I don't know what did, but I didn't.
Wait, he's dead? Like, really?
My father
Oh.
heard about it.
Yeah. Least convincing.
It's like,
Okay, yeah, fine, yeah. The butler guy told me not to tell anybody, but I mean, she already knows, so it's
Everyone already must know, right?
yeah. So yeah, we went up there to check on him, and he wasn't answering the door, and so I was going around looking for like if he went out like a different door to go do something with the sheep, but the sheep were still there, and that's when I cut my hand on the like wood splinters, and she's kind of rambling because she's very
drunk.
her emotional state has been like swinging back and forth today, and she is, as mentioned, a bit buzzed. So, but then we went in, and there were all these spirits around, and there was fear spirits are creepy. They look like kind of bubbly red eel things. They're spooky. Don't like those. And we went in, and he was just like lying there on one of the little beds, and he was like covered in like you know when you like it's starting to get cold and you walk outside and there's just like all the glittery frost all over the grass. It was kind of like
spirits.
that. Yeah. And
This early in the season?
I know, it was weird. It was so much colder inside than it was outside. I don't know what that's about.
And as you're talking, these spirits start to manifest around you that kind of look like wooden birds on the end of a spring. That like the birds themselves appear to be made of jello, and the spring it appears to be a spring. It's just kind of bouncing back and forth, like wobbling.
Are these drunkenness spirits? Or
Yeah, people tend to call them tavern tale spirits, which they usually appear when someone's inebriated and telling a story. It is in reality a quite high concept spirits, but they're tavern tale spirits.
And it was weird. He was smiling. Like he never smiled.
Never. I have never seen him smile.
He was always so like glum and serious and
Grumpy.
Don't climb the sheep pen, Vera, and don't do that, Vera, and
I knew that he died, but not who he was. Did he have family?
Not anymore. He hasn't for quite a while. Wait, he was in one of the kids' beds? He never sleeps on the kids' beds.
I wouldn't know that.
I don't know where he's.
I probably would. Because that was one of the things Dad overheard. Children's bed.
Oh, that he was found sleeping in a children's bed.
Who the fuck kind of adult sleeps in the children's bed at that size? It's so uncomfy.
He doesn't. He didn't fit. His feet were like sticking way off the end of it, and like it was really weird.
Is there anything else weird about it? Like besides that?
His dog was hiding in one of the corners in one of the other rooms.
Is she okay?
That's just you
So,
again.
Like immediately goes for the dog.
I was walking out there with Reich because he was delivering the pie, and I was asking him questions about being a butler. He seemed like he was taking care of the dog, at least for now. I don't know where the dog will end up, but he's taking care of it. So he seems responsible enough to take care of a pet. So.
An 18-year-old to us, so old.
Absolutely.
I
I mean, like 18-year-olds are.
Would she remember the hairpin? Might roll a quick recall to see if she remembers the hairpin. Recall is one for actually decent things. Does not roll any successes though, so else she probably doesn't remember the.
Yeah, and that's a detail I wouldn't know.
at this moment. Yeah. She's probably thinking more about like the spirits, like the kind of like describing like this kind of ice crystal stick bugs and the little like puffball things that disappear when noise starts happening because they're silence spirits and all that. There were a lot of them in there.
I've never seen that many.
That's like
I'm just gonna
3 or 4
assume.
different kinds of spirits in just like a few rooms.
I'm gonna say that Yashna Smithson is here.
Which one's that?
The girl,
The girl.
twin.
One of the Smiths and
Oh yeah. No, she's like almost out of spite to you, been drinking like making sure that bottle's in her hands as much as possible, but it's not working. Like she kind of like every now she keeps on like poking at you to try to get you into a fight again because she wants to finish it, but she doesn't want to be like the one blamed for starting it.
They attacked me first, I swear.
I mean, I only sort of lit her on fire.
But she was
Just a little bit.
She doesn't have beef, she has mutton.
You see silent spirits all the time in caves. There's all sorts of variants of silent spirits. Really, different kinds of silence. Some appear when it's only dark, like some silent spirits don't appear when there's any light out. Some silent spirits only appear in caves that you have to crack open. Nothing's been in there before.
Do you know where one of those caves is? That sounds really cool.
Oh,
Can you show us?
we cracked a cave open recently. I could show you guys.
Let's go.
Follow
We're
me.
going back underground!
Vera is impulsive and outdoorsy, and I've established she's
Neither of you have been underground. You don't know what it's like.
And so
I always have an alibi. I guess I'll go.
I have no parental supervision. Let's fucking go.
Okay,
I am so going to get helicopter mommed by this, but fuck it, let's go!
so actually, I'm feeling like I want to cut to something. Because
Back to the gossip.
we established that the kids are going to do that. Let's cut to, well, maybe partially as an excuse to get out of the festivities, and partially because it needs to happen. Sophia is doing the burial tonight.
Oh, that person. Yeah. Okay.
Would any of your characters be present for that?
Right, would.
That makes sense.
I think Nora would probably like try and like offer to help out if Sophia needs any like extra hands with any of the like less like there are probably things that are like supposed to be done specifically by the priestess.
Oh, is
but,
Nora's a foreigner, right?
yeah, she's a foreigner, and
So
her
I'll
interest is
say
probably,
Sophia
like-
is more than happy to have Nora around. Partially because like of her recent fascination. True part of the rumor is her recent fascination with foreign literature.
If Amon's not going to be turned away, he'll go. But I know
Who's
people
Amon?
don't like him. The missionary.
Oh,
Rebecca would be there, but she's
otherwise
occupied.
But I also don't know if that's realistic.
from funeral rites, especially
What's
from
his
someone like
face?
this.
Henderson's
He has no
What
family. He has no living family to tell you you're not welcome.
Mhm.
So they're just kind of letting whoever's showing up show up.
Okay.
We're not happy about it. but
Henderson
everybody's on
said-
guard, but
Yeah.
yeah, like
Does think what's her face is looking for Willie, so he might shoot a shot.
Nora is like
What's
probably
going on at
largely
this
curious
funeral?
because like she's curious about like ice spirits and stuff in particular, and how like various like religious approaches to spiritual
Yeah.
interactions go, and
Trying.
so
Rebecca would be there to dig the hole, but she's
Okay.
not. She's not.
No, the up and down the mountain is actually pretty fast.
Oh,
for-
okay, then
for
yeah, she's
adults.
back to dig the hole.
Like, and you've also been there before. You know the way.
Yes, she's done it many times.
Yeah, exactly.
It is supposed to be a trek that can be done in a day.
Yeah, and she probably set out early.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a level of like she was probably not just taking it; she was making sure it's safe. So like
Yeah,
stepping
that
on
too, of
every stair to make sure none of them fall.
It's just imagine she comes back down and they're like, we need you to dig a hole. And she's like, one more thing on my plate.
That is genuinely what it is.
Done with the day. We're just like, all right, let's go.
She is the strongest person in the village. Probably not literally, but figuratively.
Okay.
She's absolutely the strongest person in the party.
Yes.
So, at this point, scene opens up and the body's already been prepared for burial. He's been someone fetched his nicest clothes from his drawers, dressed him in those, and he's laid out. This is about half a mile from the edge of town, on what used to be just a slope of the mountain, like a wide open field that was, let's say, covered in wild blueberry. A good section of it was cleared and is now covered in gravestones. There are paths that zigzag up and down this graveyard. And from this point of view, you can see, the stars are out at this point. It's a pretty clear night. Bit biting cold. It's, first day of fall, so at this point, nighttime's due to get a bit chilly. He's been laid out on a pallet, effectively, with handles and covered in a cloth that Sophia spent like an hour writing on. The cloth itself, just like his bed sheets were, has ice on it, or ice crystals on it, though the origin of these is more certain. It's very clear that the writing itself is a source of ice crystals, with how it blooms up around it and covers his body. The stillness about Kaelin is still absolute but different. You saw it earlier. Sophia seemed to bend down and whisper into Kaelin's unhearing ear for a solid 5 minutes. And after she was done, she touched him lightly on the forehead, and the stillness came about his body again. Even as you walk and there's a quiet breeze that flutters everyone's hair, Kaelin's hair remains unmoving. Soon enough, everyone's gathered around on a semicircle in front of, an open pit in the ground.
Nice pit. That's not Rebecca's voice.
Sophia speaks up. I don't know Kaelin, but I knew of him. I knew of his family. My mentor spoke of them quite a bit. Though my mentor, actually I should come up with a name for the mentor. Let's name them Audrey. Though Audrey was very learned on everything that is good for the spirits, she always seemed a step behind I didn't get that name down. I was got all names besides that one. Always seemed to step behind Celine in matters of ice. She told me before she passed how Celine seemed to always have a certain peacefulness about her. She complained it was her job as a priest, having to live in the town, that kept her from matching Celine's peace, but How was that? When Celine died, Audrey was devastated. And I think in trying to match her favor with ice, cold ice, well, I would say she acquired it. But this is not Audrey's funeral, this is Kaylin's. I was young when I first met Kaylin, but he was, well, he was trouble. But in these past few years, that trouble seemed to fade into mere creases on his face. And last I saw him, he was walking about the world like any of us, taking it one thing at a time. He never came to town much, but I think that's because, well, he knew some of that peace Celine, his mother, had. I think it was somewhere up there in the slopes. And in his later days, before this unfortunate incident, I believe he obtained some of that peace. Rest well, Kaylin. You will be missed. And then she takes the cloth, covers his face with it, and with the help of some of those present, lowers his body into the grave. And then it gets to just shoveling it closed, shoveling dirt on it. And after dirt's been shoveled on it, she would lay a stone engraved with his name and a depiction of a beautiful lady in a snowdrift dress, bent down and holding in her hands a small flame.
Is that the hot ice or the cold ice?
It's a depiction of the hot ice taking the soul, picking up the soul. As the scene pulls away, you would see next to him 3 more gravestones. Fell is named on one. Finnegan is named on another. And Celine is named on a third. There is a hole at the end of the row still that was dug long ago and is mostly overgrown. It is empty. Okay, let's cut to cave shenanigans.
Woo!
Cave shenanigans.
There were 3 beds in the children's room? Do you remember?
I-
Because then he has a missing kid. I don't know. I'm scared.
Yeah, there was 3 beds in kids' room and a double bed for the parents.
Cool. And an empty grave.
Oh,
That was
empty
left-
and unmarked, or
They
just-
dug it for him. Or her. Or them. So,
and unmarked.
into the cave!
Okay. Okay, before you guys enter, Yashna stops you.
Are both twins there?
Yeah, sure. Okay, before we go in, we need to take care of the safety. She has like a helmet on that's skewed to the side,
Ooh, that's not gonna be comfy.
and she's holding in her hand a lantern. Imagine one of the rest of you also has a lantern. 2 light sources at least.
How many looms we got?
It doesn't matter. Okay. So, if the lights go out, everyone stops moving. Don't move around. We'll figure. We can lead you. We can get you out of there. But watch your footing. Don't leave the group, even if it's super funny.
It's not like even if there's something interesting that catches your eye. It's like even if you want to prank us, don't leave the group.
Even for the bit.
Even for the bit, don't do it.
I mean, I was gonna do it for the bit, so.
Don't fucking do it.
If you see something shiny on the wall, it's probably quartz, but tell us anyways.
Quartz is me.
Yeah.
Yes, you are. You are.
Don't make me have Old Man Henderson sit fine.
I go in front. If any of you try anything, I'm gonna punch you in the face.
Wait, what
over
do we
like
need
4.
to not try?
What?
What do we need to not try to not get punched?
I go in front.
Drunk.
Okay.
Good, because I have experience. And she's like ducking down and like kind of slips on that rock, and before like stabilizes up. I was practically born in these caves. Your voice is like echoing now as she like enters down. Where you guys are right now is in the forest. There is like basically what appears to have been a sinkhole that occurred long ago, but some boulders at the bottom of this hole have been moved away, revealing an entrance into darkness. Seems like there seems to be a cold breeze blowing from this tunnel, meaning there's some kind of air circulation going on. Oh, and don't freak out about the bats.
Bats? They might have rabies, but it'll be okay.
You just want to be like a random kid or something.
Okay. Come on, cowards! I bet you can't.
Let's go.
Like following right behind her after that.
Unless is gonna follow because
Okay.
fuck yeah.
Yeah.
You
Fuckery.
enter into a recently opened up cave. A tunnel might be a better way of putting it. It's you can't see too far in front of you, but it seems like the walls of this, surprisingly circular tunnel glimmer. The entire tunnel is made up of black stone that is somewhat rough. It looks like there is bubbles rising through it before it froze solid in an instant. Some
lava rock?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
We don't have education.
You can see evidence of where people stepped in the slightly sandy
Fancy.
ground and then turned back. Beyond that, the ground's utterly untouched. I need music for this. No, I think this is a new playlist I'm gonna go for.
Vera has probably gotten out her like little map of the area that she's been working on as she goes on her ill-advised exploring outside of town, and is like jotting down like the rough location of this cave and like making like a couple of notes on like a sheet of paper, essentially.
However, they are much wobblier than they
Yeah.
usually are.
Yeah, very wobbly. It both dark
Yes.
and drunk.
As you guys continue forwards in this tunnel, you notice it slowly turns, but not by much, and it's going ever deeper. It's cold in here, but not so cold as the air outside. It's refreshing. And upon coming around a turn, you see the sandy ground has something protruding from it. No, not protruding. Those look like, well, you would recognize them. On the sandy riverbeds near the ocean, you could grab up some wet sand and let it dribble through your fingers, creating drip castles. That's what these look like, except much more solidly formed. They're delicate, and appear to have like spikes, and they're covered, and they're like just every so often in the cave. Your very movement approaching them causes one of them to slightly talk, as if your breath itself was enough to knock them over. You see among them spirits, or you hope they are, unless these are nests of some strange monster you did not previously know about. They appear almost like cobwebs, wrapped up and formed into the shape of small, little, newt-like creatures that are curled in upon themselves in a ball. And they are nestled all over these sand structures. The one that partially collapsed upon you entering this space, those lizard-like things that were nested upon them vanish upon the very slightest movement of the sand.
She points to these silver things and goes,
Are these the stillness spirits that we're talking about?
but probably a little louder than she intends to, because drunkenness is a thing. It's almost stage whispery.
I don't know, maybe they're a rock spirit. They kind of look like there's some really weird webby rocks. I don't know, they look kind of like, I wonder if I could fit one in my mouth.
They're cute. Are you silent spirits or rock spirits?
They're not silent spirits. We made enough noise coming in that they're not silent spirits. My dad, we had to wear special shoes and enter a cave. Not been in a while to see some real sounds. We've been talking. We're here to see other shit. Yeah. I mean, this cave's new. It's new. There's some cool shit. Like these sand castles. I mean, maybe it's not new. Maybe someone made them.
Why are the wobbly things?
Points at the drip castles, because Vera probably has never seen each, at least not close enough to see something like that.
So they don't look like drip castles. No. Do you remember the poster near Eight Caves that talked about those?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you want to get a picture of those structures?
Mm-hmm. They aren't exactly like a conical shape. They're more
Spiky.
layer. Yeah. I don't remember exactly what they're called though.
Yeah. As you guys all sit there for a moment, and grow more still. One of the you see like maybe a few grains of sand from the top of one of these sandcastles drip down, and one of the curled up spiderweb salamander things opens one eye, looks at you, and the next thing time you blink, that one vanishes. Hey, did anyone there? You build sandcastles.
Vera like reaches down into the sand and starts like piling some together in like the clumsiest attempt at a sandcastle.
Okay, you do so. And a spirit, like digging away at the sand, reveals a black spirit that looks like it's kind of like a conical, it's like a conical black disc with just a bit of an indent in the center. And two like eyes on one end, like a jellyfish, and it, like upon digging away at it, it like flexes a bit, like and fades through the ground, going deeper.
Oh, that was cool. Did you guys see that?
And she like points down at what is now probably just like a disturbed bit of indented sand.
It's like there was another different one under the sand.
And she starts trying to describe it. It was kind of like flat and roundish with like a little like almost like a plate kind of, but like it was all black and it had like these two little eyes. It was really weird. It was neat.
This cave's boring. It's just straight. There's no climbing. Climbing is fun. I bet I could climb better than any of you.
Well, I'm really good at climbing. I bet I can climb really well.
Who wants to climb down for several days? Yay.
Yeah.